Yes, and welcome back to the CCP. This is the first tournament of the season here. We have this is the 2018 Maryland Club Open, and hitting right now we have on the left wall Imran Khan from Pakistan and Dane Sharpe from Canada. And commentating with me today is my good mate Josh Cardwell. Welcome, Josh.
Luke, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad.
Always good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Oh, jeez. Shouldn't pop that trick. Yeah.
Yeah, so welcome guys. So as Luke just mentioned, we got Dane Sharpe and Imran Khan heading up against Alex Stait of the UK and Ed Garno of the USA. I think this is going to be a really good match. We got the chance to watch Dane and Imran work at it earlier today.
I think
they look pretty sharp.
Excuse the pun. No, all pun intended.
Wasn't trying to throw it out there, but you know it works.
We'll take it. Who's your money on?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, Stait and Garno have been playing together for quite a while. I think Dane and Imran have just only recently sort of come together, so it's going to be interesting.
Garno's been around for a while, eh?
He has, yeah, and he's obviously one of those guys that's been around and doing pretty good things on the double circuit.
But
those guys play together quite a bit, so there's going to be some good chemistry there.
Who's your money on? You got to put. I know you've got a couple of houses, a couple of boats, private jets. Put one of your private jets on the line here.
Oh, mate. All right, I'll going to push it with let's say Stait and Garno. Does that mean you're taking Dane and Imran?
Yeah, I reckon this will go to. I reckon it'll be 3-1.
All right. Which way are you going?
Imran. And then Imran's just walked up to us.
Oh.
He's looking at us.
Hey, mate.
Hey, how you doing, Imran? I don't know if we... Well, yeah, I'm going to go, since he's just there, I'm going to go with Khan and Sharpe.
Yeah.
Because Sharpe was looking pretty sharp this morning with
that
actually, drop shot.
That's a good point. Both front right, front left. He was, anytime that ball was sort of left up there with a little bit of time, Dane was working his hands pretty well, but... difference being, they're coming up against two guys that are obviously going to put a little bit more pressure on them in the court, not going to give them the same amount of time.
In saying that, the team they beat, we just lost to them in a constellation.
Yeah, well, we don't have to get into that, mate. we don't have to go down that track.
But I think
let's just focus on the current match.
I think this is going to be. I think Stait's won a tournament before, hasn't he? Doubles tournament.
So you're putting me under the pump here.
Yeah, well. We're going to say he has. I tell you what, I do like Stait's haircut. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, very similar to yours, mate. Not a hair on the head.
Yeah, I think it's
obviously,
good.
Very aerodynamic.
You know, the good thing is it shines really well. So I reckon he shaved it just this morning.
Yeah, there's
just for this match.
So
probably shave it again tomorrow if he gets through.
Pretty good bet. You think there might be something behind that, maybe looking for, to blind the opponents?
I think so, well, especially with the light coming off.
Yeah. So Imran might have a little bit of a challenge going down that left wall, having a look at that bald spot.
But Imran doesn't have much hair on him either, does he?
That's true. That's true.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're still waiting for the referees. Unfortunately, Josh and we can't commentate and referee at the same time. I know you'd like that, but yeah, it's not going to happen. We are also not the best referees. We're probably biased. But that's fine. It is what it is.
No bias at all. We'll
probably have to say, what do you reckon about the new setup here at the club, Josh?
It's brilliant. I was just looking over at the bar right now, and the membership base here is brilliant. They're out in full force. Everyone's here. Club only opened up only 24 hours ago, so the members are just coming in and seeing it. A lot of them for the first time as well.
I'm sure they're happy with it.
Beautiful new facilities. It really is something to be marvelled at.
Yeah.
And if you are in this area, it'd be great to sort of come in and have a look, because it really is. It's lovely.
I agree. They've done a great setup. But just to follow up, we have Khan and Sharpe in white and Stait and Garno in blue.
In the blue. It is the blue.
So I think it should be an exciting match.
So it looks like referees are here and boys are all ready to go.
I feel like I'm playing Fortnite.
And it looks like Dane Sharpe's going to kick us off.
Imran
just picking out a last wedgie out of his bum there, just making sure he's all set.
just making sure he's comfortable. Dane's doing the little Dave Palmer toe tap.
Little toe tap going on.
Yep.
Do you reckon Dane will head fake every single shot here?
Oh, anytime that ball goes into the front right corner, you watch. That head's going to drop at least 12 inches
I think he
every
head fakes
single
even
time.
the serve, doesn't he? Ready? Let's have a look here.
Let's have a look.
He's gonna.
No.
It was just a usual
Yeah,
lob
nice
serve.
casual serve. It's a good serve to start with, though.
It is.
Yeah, he's obviously boys looking to put a little bit of pressure
Well,
on that back left wall to
They
begin.
go to the side a lot better than us, don't they, Josh? When they cross over. What happened then?
Oh, I think
Did Imran get hit?
Yeah, he's just tapped him.
Oh, he's
Giving
just
him a little
giving him a
follow
little
through
hello,
into the nose.
boys. That's a little bit of a.
Yes, let's.
So
Great
Stait there
start to
just,
the match.
just making his presence known.
He's
I know this
just
is
so
on.
Boys
nice.
come together,
Yes,
say
let
hello.
level.
Yeah,
A
he's
few
just-
little nice words,
I
and they're
am
back into
there.
it.
Well, that's a great start to the match.
Level.
The ball boys going
There you
over
go.
there.
Everybody's all
Okay.
smiles. So I mean, you got to remember, all these guys are pretty good friends off court as well.
Nice
Yeah,
little
you got-
lift there.
Yeah.
Sure, we're going to see a lot of angles used, a lot of height used, which we definitely struggle with
Yeah,
today.
nice little touch from Imran there.
Imran, he's definitely got the hands. He's
Getting his
experienced
racket
campaigner.
out nice and early. That cross didn't quite find its depth, did it, Luke? We know a little bit about that.
So I heard Imran just started a new gig out of Buffalo there, Josh.
That's brilliant.
Um,
Obviously, great opportunity to go out and really try and establish the program, make it something his own.
yeah, I think they had a couple of different coaches there. Now he's moved out from Philly.
Yeah.
So should be starting. I'm sure he's not going to enjoy the cold winters, but
No, but it's exciting for the kids there
That's
because him moving out there, obviously he's gonna look to try and put his stamp on the coaching out there, and
yeah,
hopefully he can start to get some more kids from Northern New York.
yeah, I agree. He's obviously got a name for himself, and so good luck to him. And I think Dane's at the Marion Cricket Club, if I'm correct.
He is,
and,
yep.
He was a good professional player. He played professional when we were playing. Yeah,
He did.
came out to Australia.
Ooh, that was Imran not quite getting over to the wall in time there.
Ooh,
Just narrowly
He
getting
loves
missed
his-
by Stady.
loves his hold and flick, Dane Sharpe.
Stady not quite finding the right angle there.
Well, we wasn't sure to cross.
Yeah.
We definitely have a bit of trouble with that crossover.
Yeah, a
but
little bit
Yeah,
late
you-
on getting over to the wall there.
you live and learn.
Imran just asking for the safety there, just as Stady sort of crossed in front of him.
I
What
think
do you
it's
reckon?
safe.
First impressions, Lukey. I mean, we got 2-1 on the board, but what do you reckon? Just from what we've seen already, who do you reckon's actually looking a little bit stronger?
Well, here's the other thing we've got to keep in mind is that Imran and Dane, they played already on this court.
That's true. I mean,
And it's a brand new court, remember?
they got on this morning. They obviously got a feel for the court. Stait and Garno came in a little bit later in the day, haven't had the same opportunity to get on court and practice. That definitely plays into it. So maybe this first game's just a little bit of a feeler, trying to
Get used to the
test
court.
the angles.
What
get
did you
used
think
to the
about the
pace.
court? I thought it took a good shot, like you could play it short pretty well,
Sure.
even though we couldn't play it.
I was going to say, I don't think we were on court long enough to actually test it out
Our
properly.
first game was really good today, wasn't it? 11-4, we didn't even come up for a little breather, but we got better. For two people that don't have courts, we're 2 hours
It
for the
got
closest
better.
court.
It got better. There was it was a lot of fun.
I don't know. I think we're going to see who's the more patient one here. Like, I'm going to say Imran loves to put the shot in as well. He's got great touch.
Yeah,
Sharpe
but
was
at
like,
the moment, from what I'm seeing, it looks like Imran's ready just to sort of work the ball through the back of the corners. He's not quite finding it all the way back there, but
that was a nice angle there.
not looking to shoot too early at the moment, which is good.
And Garno, he's been around for a while, so he's going to just probably be a solid player, just putting it back there, isn't he? Just cross courts all the time.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does here. Yep, just a cross court. That's a safe shot. I mean, it's good.
Actually, very first match of the tournament. So earlier on today, Imran, when given a 3-wall both through to the back of the court, lined up his opponent pretty early on today, didn't he?
He
Gave
did.
him a-
He
gave him a
smacked
nice
old
little-
Will in the bum there.
Yeah, nice little bullseye.
That's welcome to the 2018 Maryland
Something
Cup.
for Will Gaynor to go back home with.
Yep. Nice little bruise there that I'm sure his wife will have a good look at. Off the backboard. Now, that's obviously risky taking off the backboard, gives you time, but
It is.
Good rallies here.
I mean, from what we saw earlier with Dane front of the court,
Yeah,
it's
he pops.
interesting that he didn't try to take the ball in too short. Maybe, again, like, first game, trying to get a feel for it, just finding their length, not trying to take anything in too early, trying not to make any mistakes or open up the court.
It's a pretty high-paced game. That's got to be a let, eh?
Asking for
Yes,
a let, we'll
let.
see.
We had a bit
Yes,
of
let.
a
from the right,
yeah,
first
got a
man.
tough call in our match. So I'm sure that was the reason why we lost that stroke early on.
I'm sure that wasn't the reason why that we actually got that L.
But it seems to be pretty high pace. Well, it's a new ball, so I'm sure we'll see like halfway through this game the ball will soften up a bit.
Yeah,
A few more shots going to the front, but it's a lot of deep shots right now, isn't it? But see how they're throwing it down. That could be a stroke in housing.
Interesting. Imran's asked for it. What do we got? I think we got a let. Yeah. He's giving him a let. There looked like there was enough room to play on that. Imran was on the right side of the ball. Stady was moving off to the left.
Down.
I think I agree with that. What do you think, Lukey?
Yeah, it's got to be a let there. I mean,
Yeah.
safety first, there's enough space, but again, Dane. Do you reckon Dane would have a sore neck after all these
head fakes?
head flicks he does?
Oh, look at this.
Like, do you
Look
think
at
he
this
gets a
from
massage?
Imran.
Do you think Imran will give him a massage tonight around his shoulders and his neck so he can head flick everything still tomorrow?
Well, it depends, Lukey. I mean, do they win or lose? I think if
They may lose, so maybe there's no massage for him.
Well, that's the thing. If he wins, then yeah, I think
Then he would get the
Partner wants
baby
to make
oil
king
out
of
and
we'll see.
massage him out. That's a terrible drop by Stady, but correct me if I'm wrong, do you think Stady was the highest ranked singles player on this court right now? I think he got to like top 30
down,
now. Don't
down.
quote me on that.
At one point or another, yeah.
I think Stady was a very good
6-1.
player.
Softball.
Right side.
I'm pretty sure he represented England,
Right side. Right court. Dane.
which is
right
obviously an
side.
achievement.
in itself.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So, you know, Imran Khan and Dane Sharpe have jumped out to a 6-1 lead.
Wait,
at the
hang on.
moment.
How can it be 6-1 when it was 2-all at one stage, wasn't it?
That's
I think the
true.
referees have done a shocking
Yes,
job.
let.
That's true. What are we looking at right now?
I think
It is correct.
6-1.
Yeah, it is 6-1.
Well,
So they have jumped out to the early lead and
Second man.
So Stait and Garno
Second
get
man.
a point back. So we're moving to
6-2.
all right. Well, fair enough. Well, I take that back, referees. Whoever refereeing, I take that back.
But as we said, I mean, big thing. I mean, you really can't sort of undercut the ability that, you know, the boys got out on the court nice and earlier today, had a good match, you know, got a feel for the court.
They were a tough team, actually.
They've
as
certainly
we
come
know.
out the stronger of the two pairings, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, it does help getting used to the court. I find it's a little bit off the front wall, it's a little bit dead, but I think getting used to this court early on is good.
Yeah. It doesn't quite look like, you know, the boys in blue have really found their comfort zone just yet.
And I believe they are the seeded players here because they got a bye.
They are.
And that was a great little angle there. Look how tight that was.
7-2.
Yeah.
Right side.
Imran showing his experience there.
Yeah, forced a quick ball off the wall and, you know, compromised his space a little bit, that's for sure.
He's not too emotional, old Imran, is he? He doesn't really like get too flustered by things. That
He
just
doesn't,
maybe
no.
gave a little bit of a head nod. Would you see a fist pump from him if he hit a good shot?
Definitely. I think I actually saw one earlier today. There was a couple
Side
of
out,
really good
3-7.
shots that he hit earlier.
That
So,
is a
you know,
sick shot by Stady, wasn't it?
It may not have been a fist bump, but, you know, there was definitely a little bit of a head nod.
Their little
Dane Sharpe head nod.
approval there. Did you see the match when the Navy boys, shout out to the Navy team, but when they were playing and one of the teammates missed the old fist pump, left him hanging. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
I did see that, yeah.
I don't think we did many fist pumps today. We didn't
Little
have
bit of a
many reasons
miscommunication in between
to
points.
fist pump. That's a great shot. That's the second shot off the back wall for this point. Ooh,
Again.
Dane at the front. Here's the head flick ready. There's the head dip
There it is.
right there. His head is definitely
Ooh.
sore after that one. Oh, Dane
just
finding
managed
the
to find
neck.
the neck in the front left corner. Oh, yep.
3-8.
So all four boys
Second man
here
from the right.
representing the white shorts. Interesting. We didn't bring. Maybe we should have brought the white shorts out today, Josh.
Yeah, well, it looks
3-8.
like Stait and Garno, they're repping the new Harrow shorts, which I think, Lukey, correct me if I'm wrong, but they look great. Wouldn't mind getting a pair of them myself.
Well, I did see Dave Rosen just around here before,
I
so I
did,
wouldn't
yeah.
mind. Like, what's
Let's
going?
see if-
I know
See if we can get him within earshot.
we may not be the greatest players out there, but give us time, and you know, Mudgy and Manic, I think you'd
Side
be
out.
scared. But
9-3.
yeah, I wouldn't mind some clothes. Shout out. Definitely need it. I would always take free clothes. Well, sign up for membership, but yeah.
But this is also Dave Rosen's home club as well.
Well, yeah, we're
So
looking
there's
at
a
the
good, nice little Harrow following
well, we're looking at the board over there. He's won about 25 doubles titles here, so
national titles as well.
and he's only 45, so he's done pretty well. I actually don't know how old he is. I just threw that number out.
Yeah.
That's a terrible shot by Garno. Oh, he's coming for the grip and rip.
Yeah, there's no fact checking here, guys. This is all a little bit of fake news coming out from Luke.
Fake news, yes. And so we'll see if
Second
with
man,
the
9-4.
Stait and Garno will make a little sneaky comeback here. I'm going to
might
say
be.
that Kahan and Sharpe will. I'd say they'll win this first game, and I think we'll just try
to see a comeback once
Yeah,
the boys start to settle down a little
exactly. We'll probably see a sneaky little comeback, but I'm going to throw this number out: 15-10
Side out. 5-9.
to Khan and Sharpe.
bit. It's a little bit of an error and a mistake there from Imran at the back of the court, gifting Stait and Garno a free
That's a good
point.
cross right there. That was a good height. That's pretty horrendous.
Yeah, still not,
that deserved.
still not quite finding his.
That wasn't the best shot by Stait. To be
5-10.
honest, I think I could have put that one away.
But again, like great cross from Imran out of the front of
6-10.
the court.
Did
finding
Dane
good
just slot
width.
that? No, he hit the tin. He
No,
hit the
put
tin.
that ball in the floor.
What do you reckon about the backhand serve? I always feel scared doing the backhand serve, but Stait
it-
redeems himself there with that
Seven.
shot.
Depends on what you're
10.
looking for, right?
Did you see how graceful that was? He was on one leg then. He was like a flamingo. Flamingo? He's done it again. Stait's just loving that backhand
8,
flick.
10.
Look at that.
Flamingo.
Flamingo. He did it again then. And they've come back well. Maybe
So
my
sitting at 8-10 right now.
maybe my prediction's well out the door. Maybe we've got to see a few more Dane Sharpe head flicks.
Imran
Oh
just
yeah.
having a little check just to see where the boys are.
I think we'll probably see if Imran and Sharpe lose this. Sharpe lose this point. I think they'll have a little chat to each other about the weather outside and then figure out what to do next.
I think in between games they're probably going to have a little chat together anyway, Lukey, but
9,
I
10.
wouldn't quite get to that point yet. We're looking at 9-10.
I would have thought they would have had a little chat now. I thought Imran would have walked over and said, "It's all right, bud, hang in there."
Yeah, try and break up the rhythm. They're doing that, as you say.
Well,
There
there's
you
a
go.
chat, but I got the wrong chat. He's just saying,
No,
did you-
Imran went over to Dane
Oh,
as
he did?
well. Yeah,
Got him a little-
got in his ear, just said, "Hey, look, young fella, like let's
if we
try
win
and,
this, I'll give you a neck massage,
try and sharpen this up a little bit."
or pun intended, and intended.
Play let.
I don't know if that's a word, but
Stady just
9-10.
pulling his swing a little bit.
just
as
wasn't happy
Imran's
with
coming
the
out on the left side.
clearance of Imran Khan.
Love your pronunciation of.
You got to really
all the
use
names,
that
mate. How would-
like cool whip.
How would you pronounce this one?
Stait.
How do you pronounce it?
Stait.
State.
It's a good lift there by Garno. Oh, that is right up there with Imran's worst shots in history.
Imran
10 all.
I
catching
reckon
the frame of his racket, missing those strings entirely, and just putting
it's
that
one of
ball
those
in
when you
the
look
floor.
at your racket and you blame your racket, but you know deep down that you just hit it pretty
you
shy.
basically you want to look at the frame and just say, "Oh, please, I hope there was a crack there,"
yeah,
just so I can say,
Yes, let-
"Okay, let's please let
10 all.
blame it on the racket."
yeah,
But
because
Right
it's
side.
definitely not my fault.
you look at it and you realise very quickly.
All good squash players blame their racket.
Yeah.
Well, so it's 10 all.
Normally the equipment's fault, right?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, you slip on the court, it's always your shoes.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah.
never the court's fault.
No.
But it's 10 all now, so it looks like they've got used to the court. Yeah, that crossing thing,
Nice
good
little post
hustle,
there from Imran.
and
putting the ball
Stait's there
back on
just to
floor.
back up.
Yeah,
Sends a nice little lift back there.
there you go. Ball's been reset though. So
See,
boys are
they're
back
keeping
in.
Sharpe, Dane back, and Imran hasn't been able to express himself. That's a great shot. He just did it
Side
there. A little
out.
sneaky
Nice
little fist
length.
pump.
Ball
11-10.
finishing on the back wall.
And they're
Boys
just
are
telling.
obviously feeling this a little bit now as well, because obviously they got off to the early lead, but I mean, look at them. So both teams sort of huddling together, sort of talking through their tactics.
Yeah. Or do you think they're talking tactics? Do you think they're talking about
11-10.
what they're going to drink later or how the weather is?
No, it's got to be Tic Tacs, doesn't it?
You would hope so at 11-10 in the first, but I mean, like,
You would
I was
think so.
thinking about a drink at 1-all in the first, so who knows? Oh, that's pretty
Ooh,
bad.
yeah.
There's the head fake. We've seen it again.
Not the best drop.
Yeah, just resetting.
That he hasn't quite found his rhythm just
No,
yet.
he hasn't found that, but he's done a couple of those little reversies. That's one I've got to definitely work on. Yep, nice little cross there. It's good work. Great. Still didn't get the length.
There you go. See, he's starting to look.
Second
was the
man,
10, wasn't it?
11 all from the left.
Was that up?
Was it up?
I think it was down. It was up.
Ball was good.
It was good.
Ball was good.
Well, Stait's had 3.
Just about to.
Stait's had 3 reverse winners. That's very impressive. Talking about that,
All
I
off
was
the
just looking
volley
at
as
the TV
well.
screen up here. What's this girl? She's just dancing like in a one jumpsuit, whatever that is. Anyway,
You're looking at the Ryder Cup, mate. Let's
yeah,
get
sorry,
into,
there's a
get
little
into
break.
that later. Let's
Little
get
break
back to
in
the
there.
squash.
Oh, that's tight. Oh, that wasn't on. That
Side
wasn't on.
out.
Imran again.
12,
just
11.
Yeah, but he,
searching, trying to put the ball up into the front left corner.
but it wasn't on, was it? Do you think their tactics are
Wasn't
to
quite
try?
there. I mean, like, look, if the ball was 2 inches higher, that ball was probably going to be a winner, right?
Well, we don't know. Was it going to be? But probably.
Imran just
I thought
asking
the
for a
serve was
let
good.
there, claiming that he wasn't
good.
quite ready, even though he struck the ball.
13,
And he-
That's 12
11.
ball. What's happening?
And he didn't
13,
get
11.
it, no let. Okay, so Stait and Garno move ahead, 13-11, starting to actually take a little bit of a lead in this. My predictions actually,
My prediction's out the
to
window.
be
I
honest-
said 15-10.
well, yeah, to be honest, I was looking
Singles.
like I was well out of it earlier, but
Well, we'll
boys
see if
have
they
just
can
been
get a
creeping
few points
themselves
back here and settle the ship. Imran and Sharpe, because
steady the ship.
what did I say? Steady?
Settle. I thought I thought you said something completely different then, mate.
What did I say? Steady the ship?
No, I heard settle the. Yeah, I thought you said something else. Then.
the lights? Yeah, fair enough. I could easily see that.
Stait's still taking
Imran
that ball into the
didn't
front left
move
corner.
up there too
He's-
gracefully, did he?
there
Look
you
at this
go.
movement here. Ready?
14,
Yeah, he's starting
11.
to feel it a little bit more.
Yeah,
Stait's
right
putting
side.
the ball out in front of him. Put a
Maybe
lot
right
of
side.
string through that as well.
Did
Cut
you
that
see
ball.
Imran's movement there to put the hand on the wall?
Yeah.
You were moving all right at the front there earlier on. A couple of
Oh, mate.
dives.
Few dives. Think I've got actually a little bit of the floorboard still stuck in my chest from a couple
Yeah,
of those.
nothing wrong with that. Oh, Dane. Loves his short game, doesn't he? We'll see if they can, that's a massive turnaround. I reckon they've won the last, 10 points. Oh, that is
There it
horrendous.
is again.
Game.
So that's the first game, guys. Imran snatching at a volley that wasn't quite there. You know, Ed Garno finally finding a really nice cross-court width.
Are we on? Are we still on? We're still on?
Guys,
Yeah.
this is commentary at its finest.
So that's game 1 of the Maryland Club Open. That was
2018.
up and down game, wasn't it?
It was, obviously. So, I mean, Dane and Imran got out to a very quick start. You know, really sort of asserted themselves, taking that confidence that they sort of took from earlier on today, getting on the court, you know, feeling out the court. They knew exactly what they were going to go do. But then once sort of Stait and Garno got through that first little shaky patch, they really sort of found themselves, managed to chip away.
Yeah.
You know, got a couple of cheap points there, you know, just through that middle patch, but then started obviously look a lot more comfortable on court.
Well, I think Stait was he had 3 or 4 winners on that backhand reverse.
Yeah,
I think
that
Imran's
little
going to have to get
reverse
in
volley.
front of him. I think Dane's probably going to have to get the cross court a lot wider, a lot higher.
Yeah, you're going to see that in the next game as well. I imagine, as we look into it, Imran's going to start to try and push his way ahead of him.
Get in front of him.
You know,
to try
really,
to-
you watch. Anytime that ball's going up and down that right side, I think the boys are going to be jostling for position on that left wall. Because it looks like whoever's getting in front at the moment is having the better of the pairings.
They've both got a good backhand short game, don't they?
They do, yeah.
And
both-
I think that's
both
that's
righties.
the key. There's whoever's in front, and I think Dane's probably going to get a little bit wider and higher. And Garno's just solid, isn't he? He just keeps pushing the ball back.
Yeah.
Which is
very
what you
few
want. Just
mistakes.
get the ball back, hit it
Works
high
the ball
and
in
deep.
the right areas of the court. I mean, we saw that that last rally finished off at the end of the game with a good Garno cross court, pushing that ball onto the side wall,
Right.
adjusting Imran's space, making him deal with the ball that he didn't quite feel comfortable with.
I mean, that's all you want. You want your opponent, your teammate to just one of them be solid, just putting the ball deep. obviously with us, we just both weren't solid.
Yeah.
Or both weren't doing the balls in short. We both weren't doing what we needed to do, but, you know, you live and learn. First match in about 6 months for me.
Yeah.
And more for you, so
Yeah.
you just wait, guys.
We a couple of years until I, but yeah. It's interesting, just from that image before, Lukey, you're looking a little bit like Joey Barrington there, mate. Just minus the
a
little bit like Joey Barrington.
Yeah.
Just minus the lovely locks.
I think Joey has reached out to me a few times to help him out. I see the San Francisco tournament's just started. Do you reckon more people are watching this or the San Francisco tournament right now?
Well, I would hope that we are.
I mean, our commentating is definitely better than the NetSuite tournaments there. But yeah, all credit to NetSuite, but not as good as the Maryland Club Open 2018. So here we go, second game. So my prediction went right out the window.
So Ed Garno kicks us off with the high lob serve.
So I think, as we said,
looks like it. Boys have already started to lift the ball a little bit more.
I was about to say that as well.
Rather than leaving the ball out in front. Start of that game, it looked like Dane and Imran were ready to sort of just work the ball in front of the court.
Garno's gone for the straight drive. Got him.
He's hit it great.
Dane
completely sold him.
Touches his nose, pretending it was his nose's fault, but he knows that it was his nose.
So people are listening online.
Yeah. That was Dane and Imran. Still not sure what's going on. Imran having to hustle. That's not good for him.
There you go. And again, Lukey, we see another Stait volley reverse boast that puts Dane under pressure.
See what's going to happen here. I mean, like.
So it looks like the pairing
in the
of
whole
Garno
world, you're saying?
getting a
that
little
makes
desperate,
sense.
and they're starting to shoot at things that aren't quite there now.
But that was a winner, wasn't it? It was a frame winner, wasn't it? Imran, I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't pay for his racket, but they do say you pay for the racket, so you can use whatever you want, you know.
They pay for the whole racket.
Well, I don't think he's good enough to get free rackets.
I think that's the expression, though, Luke.
Yeah.
Pay for the whole racket, so why not use it?
Why not use it? That's the saying I was looking for.
But yeah, you're right. It is 1-1.
I still am admiring Stait's haircut. It is just amazing.
Yeah.
And I think
very
Imran,
similar to yours. Do you guys use the same barber?
Well, you know what we do? We just use the razors. Gillette.
Sorry.
The best a man can get. You know, shout out to Gillette. Throw me a few free razors here and there.
Yeah.
But I think Imran should go the same way.
SDA sponsor.
Yeah.
There's a few boys that obviously use the old Gillette.
Yeah.
Shaver package.
I think the other one, James Stout, I know.
And sorry if I'm not paying
well,
attention. I'm refereeing.
Do you notice that
these guys.
also
so I'm not ignoring you,
Khan and Sharpe are both representing the bandana
they are.
look as well. It's very cute. Both wearing the white bandanas.
I imagine there's a more practical reason for why they're choosing to use bandanas.
Both you and I know we struggled firsthand where the sweat was dripping down on our goggles. Which, I agree, goggles should be used in this game, but geez, it got annoying.
It did. And to be honest, I wish I had a bandana at a lot of points during that match.
But I also get worried that was double
Stait.
bounce. I think he may have even got there on the third bounce. Look at this movement. Great hustle.
Yeah, I think those boys are actually, they're starting to find their rhythm now. I mean, Stait's looking a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable putting that ball into the front of the court.
Yeah.
You saw earlier in that first game, whenever he was taking that ball in short, he wasn't quite finding the height on the front wall. Whereas in now, he's really getting through the swing, placing that ball where he wants to, and he's putting pressure on the opponent in the front.
Put a great cross court in there. So, I mean, I did throw a thing out. I think he did win a tournament, and they're going to have been wrong once before, but I think he did win a tournament. I don't know if it was with Garno, but he definitely knows how to play the game of squash and doubles. Did Garno what happened then?
Volley.
Was that a Dane Sharpe special, just the head flick?
It was a Dane Sharpe volley reverse.
Yeah, right. We didn't hit any of those.
There you go again, Stait looking more comfortable taking that volley into the front left corner and really testing Imran's movement.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's probably not a bad idea.
I know the mistake came off, a couple of shots later, but you can see he's really starting to feel a little bit more comfortable out there now. So it'll be interesting to see how Sharpe and Khan respond to this.
Oh, that's a great shot. Wasn't it? Or was it down?
No, he's Put the ball in. He's worked that in quite nicely.
I thought it was up, yeah. I mean, that shows you the skills of Kahan there. He really knows how to take that ball out in front. He's definitely, again, but that shows, like, we got destroyed on some of our serves. Like,
6-3.
when your serves are on the wall, it says thanks for coming.
5-4.
And that's the thing. You put in a weak serve. What do you expect to get back from that?
Either a nick or a tin, and that was essentially a nick, a winner.
That's the thing. You give someone up a weak serve, you expect them to go ahead and attack you.
Right. Well, a bit of an opening here for Kahan. There's Dave Rosen.
There is Dave Rosen.
We're still waiting for a Harrow gear.
Coming by the commentary
he's
booth.
coming by to check it out, but we are still waiting for a Harrow gear. He does a great setup with the designs, everything's specially designed. We get a little kangaroo in the back of our shirt because we're the Aussies. So, but in saying that, Dave has not given us ours. I don't know if he doesn't like us. So he's given us a bit of a lip. He's saying we have to order it, but we didn't know where to order it. Okay, so we've been giving, like, he's given us the old talk to someone else. We will sort it out, and hopefully we'll get our Harrow gear soon.
Both just remarking how well the new Harrow line actually looks.
Yeah, it looks really good, and I think
really popping off the screen at the moment.
I think Melissa Vaca says hi. Melissa Martin, hi, and Brett Martin. Yeah, Brett Martin is probably one of the greatest players ever. Imagine him playing doubles. We would have no idea what's going on. He did?
He did.
And out 6-all.
The lefty. Scott Bush, he's lefty. Oh, he was right.
Imagine there are a few broken balls in that as well.
Yeah. In case you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Brett Martin was like, his swing is incredible. Like what he can do with the ball. Right, Popeye, he's got the big arm.
One of the hardest strikers of a softball ever was.
But what we're talking about is that Brett Martin won the World Masters, I believe, and we have confirmation about that. But he's one of the greatest players ever. The Martins are great, and they're also from the greatest country in the world. Would you agree, Josh?
I would agree with you, Luke.
Right, and he beat Willie Hosey, who was a really good doubles player as well, who still may come out of the woodworks at some stage. But yeah. So thanks, Dave, and we'll hopefully get our gear soon.
8-6 from the left.
So here we sit halfway through the game, guys. We've got 7-all. So Stait and Garno coming back to level it up.
And a few more chats there.
Again, obviously in that first game, Khan and Sharpe got out to the early lead with Stait and Garno sort of, getting a feeling for the court, feeling a little bit more comfortable and pulling back, and ended up taking that 15-11. Sitting at 7-all. What do you see coming from here, Luke?
Well, this is the massive game now, isn't it? Because if Stait and Garno take this, I mean, it's good night. They may win the third, but they won't win the match, in my opinion. But I don't know. I mean, this is going to be interesting now because both teams have settled down. Both teams have showed what they can do. Dane's neck must be incredibly sore from all those head flicks.
I guess, for these guys, for these pros, having played a game against each other now as well, they're going to feel quite comfortable knowing, what their opponents are capable of. They've sorted out their game plans, and they're basically just going out and trying to execute.
Yes, let.
It's be interesting to see how the referees take this one. Yes, let, because the ball was hit cross-court onto his partner, as opposed to hit at himself. So yes, let being awarded. And Stait and Garno serving from the left box.
I think what we're going to see is like who is the more patient one, as I was saying before. Like you still want to take the ball in short, but you're going to pop like that's a loose ball, right? But that was so bad from Dane Sharpe that that just set it up. But we're going to see who can maintain their composure. That's a great word to use, composure. I like it.
There you are again, another
that shows
another volley reverse
one of the better players going around.
And again, both Sharpe and Khan not really reading the ball out of the air. I mean, he keeps going back to that shot, and for good reason. We've seen, 4 or 5 winners off the racket.
I think it's about 5.
On the same shot. A couple off the backhand. He turned on that one and actually took it off his forehand that time. But
he's got the skills. So this match here shows you how strong the STA is right now, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean we're talking about a qualifying final here right now.
Yeah, and we were the better team, and we lost first round qualifying, so that shows you how strong it is that the expected team to win the whole tournament. Was that a winner? Garno puts his hand up, apologizes, but secretly he does. I think he meant that.
It looked like it may have come off the top of his racket, and he didn't quite hit through it the way he thought he was going to.
But he's apologizing, but deep down he's like,
I was
yes,
say,
get
look,
that in there.
At this point of the game, you put the hand up and you say, yeah, sorry guys, but deep down you're saying, yeah, come on boys, let's go.
Little sneaky little fist pump.
Yeah, let's push through this. We got this now.
That was a horrendous tin by Dane. This is not good from Kahan and Sharpe, is it right now?
After the early showing in that first game, getting out to an early lead.
What do you think they need to do differently then? I mean, like, do they need to like slow it down? Do they need to like hit it more to Garno, more down the middle?
Well, so we saw at the start of that game, they came on court and they very clearly wanted to start lifting a little bit more rather than giving their boys to get on that volley and sort of really dictate what was going through the middle of the court. This is a better rally. They're getting into a nice rhythm here, pushing the boys back. That's the thing, trying not to leave too much exposed in the middle.
Dane should have probably crossed an opportunity head flick.
Oh,
there it is.
He is. He's put in the little drop. Imran comes across, covers.
Stait through the legs.
Stait, nice.
What an incredible man.
Dane pushing the ball through the center of the court with a lot of pace. Yeah, very nice volley off that front ball.
8-11.
Maybe the pace would work here. I don't know, but I don't think Imran would like the pace. I think he's probably wants Dane to slow down.
But see, that pace came at the back end of what?
A long rally.
About a 20, 30 shot rally there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that really works. He got given the opportunity, stepped in, really hammered through the ball.
Ooh. I mean, I'd like to see Stait. It was left up there, wasn't it?
Taking that ball into the front left corner.
You just get it on the sidewall a bit, and the ball. I mean, I find the front of the court is a bit softer.
But you see the difference there. He's really cutting through the back of the ball as well.
That was making
that ball drop. It did look down, didn't it?
And now 13-8.
Well, we have 13-8 here. We're going to have to see a big either turnaround or will they just throw this game away? I mean, if it was me at 13-8, I would put in big guns, but...
yeah, look, I don't think they're going to be throwing the game away. They're going to try and test them out. Again, trying to extend the rally a little bit.
See, Dane should have lifted that there from there, right? He didn't. He went for the drop shot. It wasn't on. Stait was already moving forward.
From the left.
Yeah, a little bit of an indecision in what he was trying to do.
Jeez, it's easy from outside of the court, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It'd be much easier if you had the ability to think the same way that we do while we're actually playing.
Do you think if Dane didn't head flick, he wouldn't be able to hit the ball as well?
That's the thing. I mean, he would have grown up doing that since he was probably, what, 6, 7 years old?
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe he doesn't know that like you can hit the ball without using your head. I mean, I don't know. But now we have a game ball to go. And I just saw some food go past us, Carlo. I don't know about you, but I do like food.
You did? And
yeah, that's not the best shot. You know what I think? I think Imran has to be a little bit more aggressive, but maybe he's told Dane to be the aggressive one.
Game to Stait and Garno, 15-9.
Yeah,
and we have second game.
Because obviously we saw in that first game, Imran really seemed to be the aggressor. He was the one that sort of was up in the pace a little bit more.
Taking the ball early.
Yeah, and Stait didn't look as comfortable as what he does now early on. So when he was attacking him, he really wasn't getting anything coming back on top of him. Whereas in what seems to be happening now, Garno is finding a better length, he's staying on the volley. But Stait, when he's given the opportunity, is either putting in that volley reverse post, finding a great angle, putting pressure onto the front of the court, or cutting in straight volley drops, just the way that we saw in that replay just then.
I think what I've seen is that Stait is very solid there. He's like happy to sit on that volley and use his, Right, so we have that's Two Love to which my predictions again. Geez, obviously don't listen to what I say, but Two Love to Stait and Garno.
I'm looking pretty good right now, Lukey.
Yeah. But in saying that, look what's going on here. We switched teams. There was Stait and Dane hitting up together. Are they just wanting to mix it up a little bit?
Well, our boys out on court trying to get a feel, making sure that when they're getting ready to go level, they want to be feeling good. So even there, feeding each other a couple of balls and going at it.
Yeah, fair enough. But just quick score update. So just, I don't know if you know, but this club has 3 doubles courts. And thank you. And the Squash Pro actually gave us another drink, which is incredible. So shout out to Andrew right there. And we appreciate that. But the other court, the Josh and Peter are up 2-love.
So you got,
unfortunately, we can't commentate.
Josh Schwartz and Peter Kelly going up 2-love.
The Dominic and I forget who, and Andrew, Aaron Luque. Who Aaron Luque can slam the shizer out of the ball.
You can, Lukey. We were watching him earlier today. Interesting technique, but really hammers through the ball. Possibly the hardest hitting.
Definitely would be up there
of the pros on the SDA tour.
We'll talk about a couple other things right now. So Josh, you're at Avon, aren't you? Avon Oil Farms.
I am at Avon Oil Farms.
One love.
Yes.
So how long have you been coaching?
Which is actually the
for?
tournament director.
That's
and
what I was
head
going
pro
to
here is former alumni of Avon Oil Farms.
Right, and where is Avon Oil Farms?
It is in Avon, Connecticut, Lukey.
Right, and
so about 20 minutes outside of Hartford.
And how's the team looking this year?
Team's looking great. Looking very strong up the top. Still waiting. We're still a couple of weeks before season, so we're not quite sure exactly who's going to be filling out the bottom at the moment. There's a few boys that are vying for contention, but we're feeling pretty good about how we're leading into the season.
Do you think you can win another national titles?
We'll see. I mean, it's one of those things that, if the team bands together and manages to get into that national tournament and put in a few good performances one after the other, you never know what can happen at those events.
On the day, every day's a new day, eh?
And that's the other thing as well. When you get into those events, you got to remember. I mean, squash is a single sport, for the softball version, but when you incorporate the team, there's a fair bit more that goes into it. It's not just one person getting out on court and playing by themselves. You got to take into account the count and also how the rest of the team is helping you out.
Right.
So you play 1 through 7. And in college it's 1 through 9. And every position is vital. You're trying to go out there and do as best as you can.
That number 7 or 9 is just as important as number 1.
That's right. I mean, you might have a really strong number 1, or you might have the strongest number 7.
Yeah.
These guys, when they're getting out on court, all they're trying to do is they're trying to get that win for the school, and trying to get that win
brothers
for the team.
or
sisters,
their mates, or their mates. So and as Josh said, that the Squash Pro here, he's an Avon alum. As we said, they just redone everything here. Everything's new. Like even our locker, we didn't have a door on it, and then after we come back from our match, it had a door on it. I didn't even know where my locker was, but my stuff was still there. But it's a great little setup here.
And that's the thing. So the Maryland Club's just gone through a brand new renovation, and as we said at the start of the match, I'm not sure if everyone was tuned in then, but this place is looking absolutely fantastic. So from our seat, where we're looking out, we've got the bar sitting right in front of us that has a brilliant view over all 3 courts.
Yeah.
And this space, you can see the members are out in front of us, really enjoying themselves,
having a couple of drinks,
socializing, watching some great professional squash. It really is. It's a lovely place to sort of be, and it's great to be here, especially at the opening as well, because I remembered hearing earlier on in the day, a lot of the guys are coming in and they're seeing it for the first time too.
Right. Yeah, I spoke to some of the members and they're like, as I said, they put new doors in our lockers, and it was like, and there's still no handles on it yet. But it's a great setup downstairs there. Everything's been great right now. It's an amazing tournament for the pros. It's a good one to kick the season off, isn't it?
It's brilliant. It's one of the best run, SDA tour events, throughout the course of the season, and a lot of credit, to Andrew Cordova and his team for putting this together and how well they run this. They really do. They look after everyone so well. They make sure that the pros come in, they feel comfortable, and all they have to focus is getting on
playing.
court and playing.
Yeah, and
which as a pro, that's what you want.
That's
right?
what you want. And the big thing, what some of you viewers may not know, is that there's the Pro-Am event as well, which is actually sometimes even more fun, that you play with one of the so-called amateurs, who are probably better than Josh and I, but it's a fun little event.
Certainly
that starts
played
tomorrow.
a lot more squash than you and I,
A lot
Luke.
more doubles than us, yeah, but it starts tomorrow, but you see that going on as well, and it's great meeting all the local clubbies and the members here, and they're all so nice here. I've spoken to a couple
3
of
all,
them around
second
here,
man
so
from the right.
it's a good little setup, and hopefully we'll see a few more people here tomorrow, but tonight's a good
Second
turnout.
man from the
We've
right.
got probably about 30 people here,
Yeah,
40 people.
I'd say there's probably a couple more, and there's been a little bit of an influx going through. A little bit earlier, and it's probably going to be a couple more people coming in a little bit later on as well. But just a little bit of a score update. So we're sitting at 3-all right now in this third game, with Stait and Garno leading 2-0. And a little bit of a communication breakdown in that last gear, and looks like Garno and Sharpe are having a couple of words. What do you think's going on there, Luke? Without being able to hear what they're saying.
Well, I think they're talking about, do you want to go to this place for dinner?
Okay, so you think it might be resorted to food?
Stroke.
But even then,
everything always comes back to food with you, doesn't it?
Hand out.
Yeah,
4-3.
or drinks.
Okay.
But I think I think there was a little bit of spacing issue
4-3.
there. Obviously, it is a big court, a bigger court than just to let you viewers know, in Australia we don't have any of these courts. So yeah, we may be the greatest country and the greatest squash players ever, but we don't have any doubles courts like these. We play doubles on a normal squash court and with the normal singles softball ball.
Softball ball.
Softball ball.
Softball ball. Is that the official term?
Yes,
I don't
lad.
know, but this ball is it's pretty hard, hence the hardball term.
You certainly don't want to be taking one of those balls into any part of the body.
No, but what I was trying to say is it is a big court, but you get close to each other and you have to move around each other there, so there can be spacing issues.
So back to the game, Lukey. What are we seeing here? We got 4-3 in the lead for Dane,
Yes, lad.
Dane and Imran. And we've got a yes led on that point, with Dane serving from the right box, serving over to Stait.
You serve
Well,
from the
they've
left.
settled themselves down pretty well, haven't they? They've probably dug in.
Would you be surprised at all if Imran and Dane managed to get this one back and push it into a fourth game?
Not to a fourth, to a fifth, yes.
So
Would it surprise me if they get this game?
you'd be surprised if it went to a fifth?
Yes.
Okay, so you think that Stait and Garno are going to be able to close this out within the next 1 or 2 games?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they may get back into this one. I think the second game they probably weren't happy with. First game they probably weren't happy with because they had the lead and they were dominating. They let that slip, didn't they? A bit of a mental lapse. I think the second game, 15-9, they didn't get into that one at all. They didn't express themselves. They weren't playing their own game. But I think they can get into this, but they're still not moving. Dane's hit off the back wall. That's not a good sign, hitting off the back wall, is it?
Stait there with a little hold and a flick,
a little bit of a
high lob across court. Again, trying to push Dane onto that back wall. So, I mean, there's obviously a very clear pattern here that they don't want Dane to be playing out in front of himself.
Well, they probably know his short game ability.
Yeah.
And I mean, Dane and Stait are both in Philly, and Imran was in Philly, so they probably know how good their short game ability is.
Yeah.
Where did you say Garno was from? Yeah, we were going to say he's from Virginia, just to throw Stait out, because maybe they don't have any players from there. But
Just to pick one of,
also Imran.
States.
Did you see that?
5-3
Imran
to the
just
right.
see the fist pump there from Imran. Imran gave a sneaky little fisty, showing this is what I'm here for, boys. I didn't come all this way from the buff, Rufford in the buff, in Buffalo, upstate New York there to lose second round qualifying.
Both wearing his t-shirt inside out.
Yeah, well that's pretty awkward. Oh,
Nice little
that's
drop
probably
there
the
from
first
Garno.
short shot I think Garno's played. What do you think? What do you reckon?
Nice little cross-court drop. Just
And when
working
he
the
plays
ball
that,
in.
Four,
you wonder
second
why he
man
doesn't play any
from
more
right.
short shots.
Looked very casual on that as well. I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, if you're used to Ed moving forward and playing everything through to the back of the court,
then why would you go forward?
No, but as the opponent, wouldn't you naturally start to tend to move towards the back of the court,
exactly,
which opens up the front? So Ed being very smart there, getting the opportunity to take the ball in.
He's like, thanks for coming.
Yeah, he just worked that ball forward, put in a very good shot.
Do you think he should play more short shots?
Well, that's the thing. If he starts to play too much short, then the boys are going to start to read it. They're going to move forward and actually end up hurting him.
Yeah.
So I think his mix of front to back at the moment is working well for him.
Oh, Stait's not happy with that. He has a little when he hits this, his racket wasn't quite ready. He's not happy about that at all.
Yeah, Dane working the ball through with a little bit of pace there. Not quite putting it, on the center of his strings, which is good. Making him have to actually make that little adjustment, which is what you're trying to do. You're always making someone trying to adjust, aren't you?
Second serve.
Well, you got to be adaptable. I think you got to be adaptable, and it's a life lesson there for all you viewers. You got to be adaptable in life as well, but you got to learn to be on your feet and work with what you got. Was that down? And look, here we go.
Yeah, nice little cheap point.
Left.
Little Kahan.
So moving out to 7-4, as we said. This is one of those games. Boys have gone up 2-love, but
and another little chat.
There's potential for Dane and Imran to move forward and try and take this game, get themselves back into it.
Well, I hope they do for you viewers, because there's actually pretty good doubles. Again, keep in mind, this is only the qualifying rounds. This is how strong this tournament is. This is the first tournament of the season, so
not just for the viewers either, but also all the members that have come down tonight
to watch it,
shown their support, and they want to come and see good squash. Obviously, at the end of the day, nobody really wants to see a 3-love blowout, do they, Lukey?
Well, I suppose we didn't have a 3-love blowout. We did get to 12 and 13 in one couple of games, but
so long as it's competitive, that's what you really
agree.
want to see.
And I think this here, you do see, what I like about this match is it's variety. You see a lot of lobs, a lift there from both Dane and Stait. And you see all angles used, and I think the lobs are great here because it puts the opponent back on their back foot, which gives you opportunity to take a shot like that, like Stait did then.
Yep.
Right, but Dane was all over that.
Garno putting in a little volley drop.
And in saying that, let's be honest here, Canada is very good at doubles as well. They have a lot of doubles competition up there, so
definitely. Well, that's the thing. Doubles is very much a North American sport, isn't it?
Right. Well, is it correct?
But you're starting to see a lot more international players take to it. But those international players are typically those that have come through into the college system, playing softball squad.
Well, they started coaching here,
and then adapting and moving into hardball.
Yeah. Is it correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. That
8-4,
you and I, our first ever doubles game was in Canada. We played against Freddie Reed and some other member at.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think we had no idea what was going on.
You're absolutely right.
We definitely lost.
We had no idea what was going on.
We still have no idea what's going on, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not sure if we lost, actually.
Maybe we may have won.
Hey, we actually had a pretty good game. I remember really enjoying it.
I agree. Josh and I are hopefully going to try and play a few more, but it's hard because Josh is busy. He's going to be busy from November through to February. And I'm traveling a lot with junior tournaments and stuff, but I think we can work well together, lefty-righty combination, but hopefully we'll get out there. We needed more experience, but Canada's definitely a strong component of this game.
Well, there's quite a lot of Canadian players in the SDA tour right now, right?
Well, I think there's
another, and not only just Canadians, but also other internationals that are basing themselves out of Canada.
And Canada. Yeah. Well, I know we got Bagley, who's the SDA rep for this tournament. We saw him earlier. He's another lefty, which I'm sure you appreciate lefties.
Of course.
Always. He's playing next, I believe. He's from Canada, so, we're going to love the Canadians. And, the Canadians are governed by the Queen. You've got to love the Queenie. The Queenie's still battling on. She's 92 years old, but she's still hanging in. Did he just hit Garno?
Gave him a little love tap. Dane trying to go cross court on that. Ed Garno didn't quite clear down the wall.
No, but he just said, it's all right, mate. You're all good.
Dane also didn't quite hit through that same way that he normally would out of the back court.
His head dip didn't dip as low that time, I don't think.
Didn't quite give him the power that he would normally get through that head dip.
Have you tried hitting with the head dip, Josh?
I haven't, to be honest, Lukey. I'm not sure that I actually have enough coordination to be able to dip my head and strike the ball at that pace. the same way that Dane does. I feel like that might take years and years and years.
Do you think it's because he wants to just hold and flick everything? It's a deception thing? Or do you think it's just how he's taught?
It might have been one of those.
Every time.
Might have been one of those things that he found that, hey, this is when I'm doing this and I'm striking the ball. Yeah, this is how I feel most comfortable. Doing great, thank you.
We just got asked by, this is how good the club is. One of the waitresses just said, how you guys doing? And we said, we're doing good. And
again, lovely staff members down here at the Maryland club as well.
I do need to pee, however, but hang on, there's a bit of arguments going on the other court here. Sorry about that. We just had a lot of
10-6.
And Hammer has just stood up and picked the ball up for some reason. But anyway, back to our game.
So Stait and Khan moving ahead to 10-6 in this third game. Just starting to sort of get back into this and hopefully, looking to make this a little bit more interesting. Obviously, they had that really great run in the first game where they got themselves up. What was it, 8-3 at one point?
They definitely had a massive lead where I threw out a prediction which was well off. That I said they would win 15-10, but I think they would definitely
quite come into fruition. And just there, I don't know if you're noticing, but Stait trying to put in that volley drop didn't quite look as
getting a bit nervous,
strong as what he was through the later end of the first game and definitely through all of the second game.
I don't think it's fatigue yet, but you think it's a bit of
I think it's more just hey, we're down 10-6 here, so rather than going for something crazy that might end up in a mistake, we're just going to keep this ball alive. I know I want to put the ball into the front of the court. Same thing for Imran there. You see how high that ball is on the front wall.
But he kept it tight, didn't he?
Just trying to keep it tight. He's going tight over height, Lukey. You ever heard that one?
What a saying.
Tight over height, mate.
I mean, you got to love that saying. I mean, that's probably, I'm sure. Oh, great movement there from Dahane.
Yeah, it's a very good coaching point there. It's not always about how low you're hitting the ball on the front wall. It's always making your opponent have to deal with at least one wall when they're striking the ball.
Exactly. So then they can't get as much strings on the ball there.
That's right. Taking away certain shot opportunities for them.
So there's a lot of angles being used, isn't there? You've seen Dane use the side wall a lot.
And this is one of the stronger rallies that we've actually seen over the course of this match as well.
I agree. This is probably one of the best. And we saw an outball. So the longer the rally, the Stait made a mistake. There was a tight ball by Imran. But
it was very tight ball, pushing that ball down the wall again, keeping the ball tight, not allowing to get it onto his strings.
Tight over height.
There you go, Lukey.
Josh is telling us what it's about there. But I mean, I do hope that Kahan and Sharpe can.
There we go. We start to see.
He's got a Strokenhausen.
The Dane Sharpe straight drop.
And the head
dip. Haven't seen a lot of that.
I've noticed when he plays his short shots, he holds the head dip longer.
He does. It's like a concentration thing.
Yeah.
The head goes down and he wants to just make sure he gets his follow through going towards the ball.
Right, exactly. It's just like when you drive and you got to find a park, you turn the music down.
There you go.
Don't you? You're I got to concentrate here.
Sure.
I got to make sure I can put that car. I can reverse.
Sure thing.
I can reverse that current.
Yeah.
But at 12-6, we've seen a similar thing in the first game. But would you? I know you're a betting man, and I know you've got a few private jets. But would you put one of your private jets on here?
At 12-6, well, after we saw in the first game, what were they? 8-3, and we were talking about that. I mean, I probably would have said the same thing in the first game.
But
these boys are going to walk away with it
now. So put a gorilla on there. Would you say?
To be honest, I think Stait and Garno are probably looking at this, going, "Okay, this might be a little bit far away from us. So let's see if we can get a couple of cheap points here.
Just go for a few winners.
Yeah, we'll see. If we can get a couple of quick points, then we'll go at it. But if they win the next point, to be fair, this is probably all gone for them.
We'll have a sneaky little drink, and then. That's probably the worst shot I've ever seen from Dane in my life.
Well, Dane, again, stepping in, trying to put that ball into the front left corner, getting that head drop really coming through the ball.
Oh, that was up, wasn't it? No, that was down.
Ball was down.
The ball was down, I thought it was, but the referee's got it wrong.
13-7? Okay.
Because the head dipped too low.
Yeah, ball was called down. It is actually
Again, I've only been wrong once in my life, but the ball, he dipped way too early there. It's a good little. The skid boats are good here, aren't they? Or what do they call it here? Philadelphia. Philadelphia's off the front wall.
Well, you're talking about a corkscrew there, aren't you?
Yeah, I love how they named their shot after Philadelphia when squash was invented in England. But that's all right. We'll let England
in Harrow, right?
We'll let America take that. Yeah, it was actually invented in Harrow. Well, we've just seen Mark Price. In case you don't know, Mark Price is the brother of Paul Price. Paul Paul Price just had a kid, and shout out to them. But Mark Price just gave me the finger, which wasn't the index finger.
You don't want to say a little bit more about Pricey?
Paul Price?
No, Mark.
Mark Price
Mark's here with us.
Just started here at the Maryland club. He's the assistant pro here.
He is. He's one of the new assistant pros here, which is great.
I think
he's going to add a lot to the program here as well.
For 100%. Like, in case you don't know, Paul Price, he's famous for making the final of the British Open.
Former world number 4.
World number 4, lost to David Evans in the final of the British Open. I think he's won a Commonwealth Games medal. The Commonwealth Games is only for probably American viewers don't know, but
yes, lad.
Mark is the brother. Probably we'll give him the better looking brother. But Mark, if you've ever seen Mark hit a ball, can and will hit a ball.
Can and will.
And will know what to do with the ball. But
nice little reverse angle there from
their
Daney.
family, I think they
ball was down.
Don't they run a club in Melbourne?
Might have called that a little bit too early, Lukey.
Did you?
I did. So just going back to the game, especially as we're coming into a point where it may actually start to be a little bit more crucial. Stait and Garno have turned it back to 8-13. We'll see. They're trying to tighten up. As I say that,
the
commentator's squeeze a great ball off the help ball.
The commentator's curse.
I did. I put her on there, and I'm sorry.
But let's. I think this is going to be game over here. But let's go back to. Am I correct that the Prices, they used to own a club, or they run a club in Melbourne?
Yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, Josh. You're from Melbourne.
Gladstone Park. Yeah. So Ray used to run that for years. I'm not actually certain whether or not he's still running it or not. But Gladstone Park was actually one of the staples of Victorian squash.
And there we go. That's game 2.
15-8.
I really got to be. Where's the clock?
Stait and Garno lead 2-1.
So welcome back, guys, to the 2018 Maryland Club Open. Boys just getting back out on court, just having their little hit up. So we got Alex Stait and Ed Garno currently leading 2-1 against Imran Khan and Dane Sharpe. Dane Sharpe and Imran managed to find something in the last game, pulled it out 15 to 8.
18.
Yeah, they didn't quite get to 18, but they rushed out. Found that third game. What do you reckon? What did you see in that third game that seemed to switch things up a little bit, Lukey?
Well, first off, I just did the quickest running down to the P station ever in history, but I made it. But what I saw, I think they did a bit more lift. They actually got it over Garno's head a bit more there. And then we saw the pressure of Stait having to like probably create a bit more. He had a couple of mistakes. As you said, when he was at 10-6, he wasn't confident enough to take it forward enough. But overall, I think they settled themselves well.
Yep.
I do not. I said my prediction was I don't see it's going to 5.
Even though you picked it for
even though I picked that, but
okay. All right.
Anyway,
so I'm looking pretty good right now. I did say 4. I said 3-1 to Stait and Garno.
I mean, you got to give credit. I mean, if you're a betting man, you probably listen to Josh more than me. We do see a shirt change from Imran, so all you ladies out there, you probably would have seen a little sneaky shirt change there.
I think Dane might have actually swapped his out.
Dane changed his shirt too, so I'm sure the women here were excited. But
so just as we're actually getting into this this fourth game here with these two, we've also got a score update from the other match that is on currently. So we got Josh Schwartz and Peter Kelly actually currently leading 2-1 against Matt Dominic and Aaron
2-1 there as well.
So Aaron Lequire and Matt Dominic actually finding that third game, getting it out 15-8, and it's currently 10-8 in the fourth.
Ooh.
So as we head back into this this fourth game at Love All with Stait, Garno, Sharpe and Khan, what do you reckon? What do we see? Fourth game.
I think we're going to probably see Stait give a bit more height like he's doing there.
Yep. Trying to push the ball a little bit
we
deeper.
know what Dane can do at the front of the court, don't we? So
yeah. So what? Trying to work that ball, keep the ball a little bit deeper, making sure that Dane's not playing the ball out in front of him, but
that's
trying to dig at. It's not really.
He's trying to get a lead. His
like,
shorts are a bit sweaty, aren't they?
He's like, hey guys, didn't quite get that ball out,
but I'll ask for a lead anyway.
Can I ask for one?
And
no, I'm not going to get it. No, that's fine. Let's have a little bit of a joke.
His shorts are a bit sweaty, aren't they? Do you reckon? Like, have you ever changed your shorts?
I've never changed my shorts during a match or a training session.
Okay, well,
I have changed shoes, however.
I have changed shoes, so I've changed the whole lot. I've changed everything.
I remember having to change shoes when we were in Malaysia, but it was a little.
Well, Malaysia's not. I've got a good story about Malaysia
there,
about Josh in Malaysia, but before then, I remember like a tournament in Sunshine Coast, which gets hot. Sunshine Coast, which is north of Brisbane. There
it does.
I remember I changed my shorts,
not quite
my
the ball in the way that he wanted.
My shoes and my shirt. And Josh probably knows that I can sweat. Can and will sweat.
It's a good thing you don't have lovely locks on the top of your head, is it?
No. As probably viewers don't know, I've got a very similar haircut to Alex Stait here, which isn't a great haircut, but he's looking for a sneaky little strike. That's only a lead in my opinion.
I reckon he might get that.
Nah, that's a lead.
No, ball was quite loose.
Let's
see what the referees give him.
Here we go.
They're deliberating. It's taking a little while.
And we have a lead.
It is a lead. Interesting. I wouldn't mind betting that one of the umpires probably would have given a stroke then. That was a
I think one of the umpires would have given a stroke too, but
I
think there was enough space there. Stait showing a mistake. That's not the best, is it? But
from the right.
Yeah, so I've changed everything during the match. Sweated that much, which is not unusual.
You have changed your shorts.
Yep.
Oh,
can and will sweat. And talking about Australia and Sunshine Coast, a shout out to a couple of boys listening, which is Matt Hilton and Peter Taylor. They're listening and watching this. They've played a little bit of doubles once before the Harvard Club. Sharon Brady, shout out Sharon Brady. But it's going to be an interesting fourth game here.
It will be. So we're currently sitting at 1-1 between Stait, Garno and Khan and Sharpe. It's going to be interesting. So a little bit of a shaky start to Stait and Garno. Not quite looking the same way they did through the end of the first and all throughout the second game. So it'll be interesting if Khan and Sharpe can sort of start to push up the court and really find their rhythm. It might disrupt what Stait and Garno have been able to find through those first two games, and we might actually end up finding ourselves in a fifth, which again, for these club members that have come out to, not only celebrate the opening of their, the reopening of their club.
They want to see more squash.
But they're going to get to see a great, hopefully we'll get to see a great fifth
more
game.
Doubles. Yeah. You can see there, Stait was a bit slow to that front of the court then. And I can see that Imran's told Dane, like, you go get that ball at the front backhand there. It's like, we can see a couple of the other members here, they're looking around, they're smiling, having fun. They just played a bit of doubles. They're like, I'm going to inspire to that one, Dave. Looks like oh, you know what, Josh? We forgot to mention to the viewers. They bring a new ball out at the start of the fourth.
They did. Well, did they bring a new ball out, or only if requested?
I thought it was mandatory. But I could be wrong. Graham Bassett, who is the commish, is not near me right now. I thought the updated rules were, and a little bit of a sneaky high five there by Imran and Dahane.
So again,
2-3
sweaty
from
shorts.
the left.
He does have
Sharpe
sweet.
and,
Would you
Imran
wear, he's
Khan.
wearing black underwear, obviously. Like, would you wear black underwear wearing white shorts?
3-2. 3-2
Well,
is right.
I mean,
Risky.
to be fair, like we're not going out there for New York Fashion Week, but
No.
I mean, look, I wouldn't mind saying that. I mean, the boys look pretty good on there together. They've paired their clothing choices pretty well.
Yeah, I agree.
Imran's gone with the black bandana, and Dane's gone with the white.
Imran's changed his bandana.
He
See,
has.
I find that risky because he won a game in the white bandana.
But with the amount that these boys are sweating and moving on the court, you want to get the freshie out there so you're still feeling good, making sure that sweat's not dripping in your eyes.
Was that down
So
or was that
Stait
up?
going for that little reverse
4-2
post, and I
from
think
the
he's
right.
just clipped. Yeah, he's clipped the tin on that.
Tim.
So
We
again, giving
right
Sharpe
side.
and Khan that 4-2 lead. This
What-
could be interesting.
What do you
guys.
reckon,
I mean,
Josh? Both our predictions out of the window.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's still very early on in this
In
game.
the fourth game.
But Sharpe and Khan starting to look a little bit more authoritative in what they're doing, and you can see the energy levels are starting to pick up from Dane.
I mean, to be fair, ladies and gentlemen, this
They're
is
starting
for a
to slip it
spot in
little
the
bit.
main draw, and this is. I think all the top players are playing this, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's,
not everyone,
but most of them.
but it's yeah.
And Dane's
Dane
gone with
putting
that
his
drop
little head
again. He
drop.
loves that drop, doesn't he? That
He
backhand
does.
drop.
It does little. Oh, Imran trying to put some pace on the ball on Garno on that right side of the
You
wall.
know, Imran may need
little
a little bit of
collision
love
there
tap, a
from
little bit of
Stait
a
and-
like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Just wait, you just wait there, buddy.
Just reminding each other that hey, yeah, like we're trying to share the same space here.
Very slow movement there by Imran, but he managed to recover pretty well. You know what? They've held their ground well.
Oh,
Imran, I'm
great little
clapped that in
boast.
case you can't hear that.
Great little
Clap it.
boast off of Imran.
Imran,
Nice
and
little
a fist
delay
pump.
with the racket head.
Gives it a
5-2
fist
from the
pump
left.
followed by a little tap on the shoulder to Stady.
Yeah,
Which
but
I
Dane
don't
on the
know.
left.
you gotta love what you're doing, right? And
But-
that's the thing. They've got a good little rhythm going. 5-2. He wants to tell his partner, hey, look, we're in this. Rather than going out and just sort of like being
Very
flat,
cool.
we've got to make sure that we get out there and try and take this.
Yeah. Yeah, see, you can see Garno there doesn't
Sharpe
have the...
pushing the ball through the middle, and neither of the
6-2.
pair of
But
Stait and Garno
Garno's
reacting
drop
to
was
it.
horrendous. So it was like, you can see why Garno just plays cross courts most times.
So a
right?
quick little run out to 6-2 for Sharpe and Khan. Boys are looking really good. Stady and Garno just having a little chat at the back wall, just trying to calm themselves and saying, hey, look, we've been in this hole before.
Let's make sure we keep pushing
we
through.
really don't want to go to 5 with this. Let's try and see if we can get a couple back now. Put the pressure back on them.
So, Josh, can you give me a score update? I believe the other quarter's done.
It is. So
Did Josh and what his partner name was, did they
yep,
win?
So Josh Schwartz and Kelly have actually just gone ahead and won 3-1.
As Josh gets the score update, we've seen a lot more height being used here, slowing down by Stady and Garno. Oh, and we've just seen the chef walk past with the great chef's hat. That is amazing. We still haven't tried the food yet here, Josh, but he's got a hearing aid on as well. It was 15-10 in the fourth to Josh and Josh Schwartz and Peter Kelly. So they're going into the main draws. Congrats, and we just saw the chef again, and congrats to the chef, and well done on the food.
7-2
Tried,
from
I'm
the
sure it's
left.
really good. The drinks are good, so
Sharpe and Khan moving again.
7-2.
Up ahead into 7-2. which
he's
is
had a good little run, hasn't he,
pretty
Sharpe?
commanding lead, but don't forget they were up
Had that
8-3
lead
in
in
that
the
first
first.
game. That's the thing, and they don't want to feel settled here. They want to keep pushing. Being down 2-1, I feel like they're probably not going to do that. I feel like they're going to try and keep pushing and making sure they've got that high energy. Imran looks
Off
like
the
he's
back
actually
wall again,
steadying out and trying to be a little bit more aggressive now, which is great to see.
Did you notice, I definitely did, that every player is wearing white shoes?
I didn't notice that, Lukey, actually.
I wore black shoes today. Maybe that was the problem.
You did, maybe. I mean, I wore white shoes. So
yeah,
we
so I
had
probably should have wore white shoes.
one half of the pairing was wearing white shoes.
I mean, yeah, I think it's definitely a big step up for that. They're playing a little bit more solid squash here. I think Garno is like solid, but you know he doesn't have the short game that much to attack you. Yeah.
Great length there through to the back right corner,
8-2
pushing Garno
from the
right up against that back wall, not allowing him to really dig that
I
ball
thought he
out.
took it a bit too casual as well, you know.
He did, but I mean, now we're looking at 8-2, so this is
8-2.
that point, right? So they've just crossed over that halfway point
From the right.
for Khan and Sharpe. They're really starting to see the line, and they're like saying, okay, let's push this to a fifth. Garno and Stait, they're like, we're going, okay, we got 2 points right now. Like, what do we want to do?
What do we want to
try and get a couple of cheap points? Do we want to extend the rallies a little bit more?
Dane puts his
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. Dane puts his hand up for 2 bounces. Good sportsmanship there by Dane. But
Second
I agree. I mean, it's a tough
8-3
situation to be down to
left.
8-2 now 3-8. It's like, do you push through or do you just go for a couple of points? I mean, again, Dane with the head fake. His head's going to drop off soon, I think, but he needs it for the 5th game, doesn't he? If they go there. Nice little lift there, trying to settle. We'll see what's going to happen in the next few points. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the big dogs of the tour has
4-8.
just walked into the building in JR.
Would you call him by JR or Shrek? but JR, ladies and gentlemen, he's actually one of the...
It's a
I
great
think
little
he won the world
backhand
doubles.
shot from the back of the court
Didn't
from
he?
Alex Stait.
Did JR just win? I think he won the world doubles, so we can confirm that. But again, for some of the international viewers, some of these players here, like, they played a high level of singles, and then their doubles game is like unbelievable. But and
5-9.
JR, thumbs up to JR. He's shaking our hands there, and he just said that we are the greatest team / dream team, which obviously not true because we didn't win. But JR has got unbelievable hands, doesn't he, Josh?
He does.
If we
He
couldn't
does.
beat,
Something to be seen.
if
not
we
just-
couldn't beat our
Nice little
opponents
reaction
today,
volley there from Sharpe in the front of the court.
they've
Pushing
swapped
right up
positions
high.
here.
Look how high this position is. You got all 4 players sitting in
Dane's
front
having
of
to
that short
hustle,
line.
doesn't get it. We just saw a close shot of his Hello Boys region. Just right there, ladies and
6-9
gentlemen.
left side.
Hello Boys for you lady viewers out there. I think Dane is still single, but I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. And we just have we have the next opponent warming up. Kyle Martino. Kyle has got a vertical jump, as I've just witnessed, of about 2-3 feet.
It's not bad, actually. He's
Pretty decent. He's
doing some pretty decent squat jumps
getting limbered up. He's got
been doing some CrossFit recently, Lukey, and
Definitely.
I don't think my vertical's quite the
up as that high as that, but
quite to the extent as what
Kyle's
Kyle's
got 2
doing.
rackets there. So do you think that's a risky move using 2 rackets, or do you think that's an advantage?
Yeah, I think there's actually a rule against playing with 2 rackets.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. All right, here. So we have Stait and Garno coming back a little bit here. Joshua.
It is. So we're currently sitting at 6-9. Boys are actually coming back. And again, like doing the same thing as we saw in that first game.
Pushing it back.
Just starting to chip away, you know? It's like it's one of those things that
Oh, did Dane
that's
just
a
slot that?
great volley cross court drop.
Dane.
Look at that
Now
little
10-6.
head
Head
snap.
flick and all.
Little head snap,
Head snap and
little
like
head drop,
we can't argue with the head drop on a
Brilliant.
shot like that, can we?
pushing out to 10-6. But again, it's not an amazing buffer. It's not the same buffer as what they just had.
Nah.
So Garno and Stait, I don't think they're willing to just give this game up just yet.
Nah, but the other
probably
thing
gonna
is
look
there's
to
the
keep
pressure
going
on
out.
there's the pressure on Sharpe and Kahan because they're up 10-6, but they don't want to force it too much, do they? Because they don't, 7-10, 8-10, then you're like, oh geez, hello
Of
boys.
course, I mean the big thing, like the reason why they got out to 8-2 was because they had great energy, right?
Yeah, they're playing at a higher pace.
But at this point of the game, they're probably going to be starting to slow down a little
Exactly.
bit as well. Going to be feeling it a little bit more, so the energy's not going to be in the feet the same way it was at the start in the middle of the game.
And you can see
So, yeah.
Imran's trying to step in and hit those a bit harder.
Might say a few more mistakes coming out off the racket. like we just
Like
saw
that.
from Imran. So now we're looking at 7-10. We've got
10-7
3-point buffer.
from the right side.
I wouldn't say this is a gimme, Luke.
I wouldn't. I mean, at least he's serving to Garno, and we know Garno's not going to slot it. No, he's not serving to Garno. We do know Stait has the ability to put the ball away. So, but the serve was good. It was on the wall. So, you know, I mean, again, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at some good doubles here because they're using different heights. Dane having to hustle back. Nice little like skid boast there.
Oh,
he's got an opportunity here actually.
great length.
That's that middle court shot I was talking about earlier, Josh. Like, I tried to play some of those, but
Stait gets his racket out to the right side. Imran's
Definitely a let.
It's definitely a let.
and we have Wade Johnson walking past us here. Wade's another Aussie, and he's going to be playing next. But
Wade's obviously been on the elliptical machine, getting
Wade's
himself ready.
sweating a lot. He's getting ready.
warm.
Unfortunately, he beat us. He's still a bit of a but anyway. So we'll see him up next. Nice little lift there by Garno. Well, I mean, Garno is probably one of the best lifters in the game, yeah?
Well,
Just solid up there.
He's solid. That's his big thing, right? He's steady and he's trying to keep the ball alive. That's his job out there.
Just put the ball on the
trying
wall
to put
there.
the ball with the right angle into the right area of the court, making sure that ball is constantly alive. And
To
when
make
his
it hard for the
opponents sit
opponent
back
to do
too
anything
far,
with.
That's when he starts to apply pressure.
And he plays the odd drop. Just
He
to keep the
watches.
opponent honest, but he doesn't really need to play much more. We just saw the teammates of Bags and Kyle. It's going to be a good match over there against the assistant pro and Dave Rosen, who is still waiting for a Harry again.
So Sharpe squeezing out, a little mistake there from Garno. Just putting that ball
11-7
just a little
left.
bit too tight.
They
a
needed
little
that
bit
mistake,
quicker
didn't
onto
they?
the racket of Garno. So pushing out to 11-7 with Imran serving in the left box. It's going to be interesting.
The pace has definitely increased.
Lukey,
Josh,
let's
do they
let's
just
put
use
this ahead a couple of points ahead, right? Let's say that Imran and Dane do manage to squeeze out this game. What do you potentially see for a fifth game?
What do you reckon in the fifth game? Yeah.
Do you think the boys have sort of said, oh yeah, we've done pretty well, like we got to 5?
Nah, I potentially. I
think
mean, I
this
did
is like
say
one
off
of
the
those
bat
things?
that I think Khan and Dane would win.
Yeah.
But again, I have been wrong once before, so I mean, Dane covers well, doesn't he? He's athletic.
Oh, nice volley there from Ed Garno. Stepping up, taking that ball nice and early out of the air from Dane's cross court.
I mean, we've both seen Dane, and we know Dane well. He's a good
Dane
athlete,
putting in a
right?
little
So
both.
he moves well. I think Imran's picked a great partner. Was that up? I think it was up. The crowd's clap.
Stait,
Yeah,
putting
that's a
out
great
11.
shot from
Lovely
Stait.
backhand straight
We just
drop.
saw the Doyles. The Doyles are walking past us. They had a tough match this morning. They lost in 4, but they're a great family. I think they're in Boston still, are they, Josh? They lost in 4 to Jacques and Sean Johnson, but they're a good squash family in America, and I think Clark is still at Princeton. And here we go, 11-8. Business end. Great little drive there by Garno. He doesn't really play too much straight, does he? He loves doing like sidewall shots.
He doesn't, but we saw him play that volley straight drive and beat Dane down that
He
wall
did. He got
earlier
him,
in the
didn't he?
game.
Because
Yeah.
Dane was expecting the cross court.
That's the thing. I mean, and because Ed's shown throughout the course of this match,
He's,
predominantly what I'm going to play is that high cross through the back of the court.
and then it's the
9-11.
odd,
So
just
if
the
you
odd
get
one to
used
keep you
that,
honest.
Yeah, if you get used to that, your opponent starts to read it, goes
Yeah.
a little bit too early, and then when he changes it up, it starts to become effective.
100%.
9-11.
So here we go,
Again,
9-11.
Yeah,
And
Stait
that
and
was-
Garno
that's a-
pulling it back to 9-11.
And that was just relatively soon, 9-11, wasn't it? It was just it was about 3 weeks ago. But here we go. It's going to be an intense.
Oh,
was that a nick?
Dane with the brilliant volley reverse post.
Dane
into the
hasn't
nick.
played one of those
9-12.
all
That was a
day.
beautiful shot. He also looked at it and he was like, oh, wow, I didn't actually realize I put that
I
in
don't
there.
think he's played one of those all day, the backhand one. He's played the forehand one. Oh. Here we go. Okay, so what are we going to see here, Josh? Are we going to see like a few shots going in, or are we going to see like
so
a
this is the thing. I mean,
few more lifts?
we didn't see this earlier in the game because what happened in that first game, even though the boys got out to a quick 8-3 start, Garno and Stait actually pulled it back
Did he get that?
and went ahead at this point. Whereas in Khan
Heffernan-
and Sharpe,
What was
they're
that?
actually looking the stronger pairing through this portion
Alex.
of the court. So, I mean, we're looking at
Hand down,
13-9. They only need 2
13-9.
points to close out this game. so long as they keep up their energy, I reckon we're going to a fifth, Lukey, which puts both of our predictions out the door.
Yeah, and again, we have been wrong once before, but you can see there, that was set up by Dane's drop shot, wasn't it?
It was.
The head flick.
Imran putting out the volley.
Imran says thanks for coming. And
back-to-back volley nicks. We love it.
He had a bit of a sprint in his step there, didn't he? He just...
And look at this, Dane putting out the hard. There's the tid. So we're going to find ladies
game for Dane and Imran. Games
so Khan and Sharpe taking that fourth game 15-9 over Garno
and then walk past, we have in green, we have Pricey with the Y, and in his name he doesn't have Y. And we have Dave Rosen still waiting for our clothes, aren't we, Josh?
Still waiting on the clothing.
Still waiting for our clothing. But the match on court, I believe that's court 1, is going to be an interesting one. As we spoke about, Pricey's hands are unbelievable, but that should be good because Bagley over there is a lefty.
Yeah.
And as you know, lefties have another opportunity. Yeah. And Stait just walked past us. He needs a towel.
So it's interesting. I mean, in terms of the mentality, so the boys going out 2-love, and then all of a sudden we've got Khan and Sharpe bringing it back to 2-all.
Mentally, the momentum's
What do we think? Who's got the momentum here?
Obviously Sharpe and
right, because they've pulled it back, right?
They pulled it back,
to
and we know their first game they were dominating, weren't they?
They were, but then we saw through that second game that was probably the most one-sided game of any of the 4.
I think Stait got in front, then didn't he? They didn't get their length. Then he get it wide enough, and Stait got in front and expressed himself.
That's the thing. What we've seen over the course of these 4 games. It's basically whoever deems themselves the most confident
in front to be aggressive.
Whoever gets that decent enough length, pushing the ball through the back of the court, and then really looking to step forward and take advantage of that ball, cutting it in.
Well, I think with this game here, we're going to see. Hopefully, we see both working together at once. Both teams working together at once. You know what I mean? Because we've seen what they both can do. Stait and Imran both have a similar game. They both can put the ball short. We just saw Imran's boast goes into the nick. And I think Dane, his short game is great. But, I mean, the difference is Dane and Imran both have a great short game. Garno doesn't, does he? Really? Well, he's just solid.
But the thing where Garno works out is that because he continuously gets the ball back and keeps pushing it through to the back of the court, it does also open up and expose his opponents to being able to take the ball short.
Yeah.
Because they get used to him putting the ball back and back and back, and so then he gets to put the ball in. But to be honest, if we look at this scoreline, we've got 15-11, 15-9, 8-15, 9-15. It really is. It's a coin flip when we get into this.
So who's your money on, viewers? Hashtag Aussie Legends. Send out your tweets on who you think is going to win. Josh, who's your money on? Not Josh, who just won the game, but Josh, who's your money on?
It's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm still sticking with Stait and Garno. I just think that if they get that chemistry back and they start pushing the ball deeper, they did look the stronger of the pairings through games 1 and 2. I know they had a really slow start.
They did have a slow start.
Through the back end of 1 through all of game 2,
they dominated.
They really did look, did look the better team. But we'll see. I mean, that's the thing. If Sharpe and Khan can find their energy, it's going to be an interesting game.
But it's exhausting is to play that
game.
Just because I'm that person, I'll go with and stick with Khan and Sharpe. So hopefully see an exciting 5th game here.
So as Dane Sharpe kicks us off in the 5th game. And as we're talking about that confidence.
Side out, love all.
Stait just says
from the back of the court, tests him and says, hey, look, Imran, mate, if you want to win this, let's test you out a little bit.
Do you think, did anyone change their shirts? Do you think Stait and Garno changed their shirts? I think they did, yeah.
Well, both of them wearing the blue. So they've obviously had a fresh shirt change.
Second man.
Let's get out here. Let's do this.
Most times it's a good thing, isn't it?
So sitting at 1-all. Quick little point change then on the back.
There we go. There's nothing in this, is there? 2-all, 1-all.
Dane getting pushed out on that back wall, asking for a let. Gets a yes let. So we're going to replay the point at 1-all. I'm going to try and stick with the squash game here for the remainder of this 5th, as I'm sure.
Oh, there's Dane. That's not a let.
No let.
That is something that we saw.
That is a sneaky let there by
from his first match.
Did he get a let? He got a let.
He got a no let. He got a no let.
Okay, so I was going to say.
Sharpe putting the ball in there.
That was a sneaky little let by Stait, wasn't it?
Beautiful little backhand drop shot.
We saw that when we were reffing them, didn't we?
There you go, Stait trying to put the ball forward, but not really having too much luck.
There, Dane trying to get a bit of heat going on the ball there.
So Imran lifting at the front, pushing Stait back.
Oh, that's tight.
Squeezed it nice.
That was tight, wasn't it?
It was.
Was it tight? Yeah, it was tight. It was tight.
Well, Imran also choosing to take that volley at the tightest point.
Yeah.
It was a little bit looser, as you saw, walking down that wall.
So there's nothing in this, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2-all and 2-all. As PJ loves the... oh, that's terrible. But that's fine. It will play.
Imran lifting.
So, yeah, again, I think Josh is correct here. Like, we're going to see who was down, wasn't it? It stayed up.
No,
Garno.
Ball's still good.
He's in big trouble there.
There
he
nice
lost
little lift from Imran, pushing him back onto that back wall twice in a row.
Right side,
really making Ed scramble, trying to keep that ball alive.
This would be a great little win here from the, well, ex-Philadelphia people, but obviously, as we said, Imran's in Buffalo now, but...
Well, Daney's still in Philadelphia.
Yeah, so it'd be a good little win. Yeah, good little heat there by... and I think that's crucial there, that if you can still provide the heat in the 5th game, yeah?
Definitely. I mean, again, like, it comes down to confidence here, right? We've seen throughout the course of this match, whenever somebody has energy and they're really driving it through the feet and they're moving up and they're prepared to go out and actually do something with the ball, they're typically the ones that are going out and actually getting those points. When we see them start to get a little bit flat and a little bit tired, that's when the mistakes start to creep in.
Absolutely
Side
said,
out,
hang on, boys. Hold the phone here. Yeah, but I agree. Like, if you're showing the energy in the 5th game, it puts it like a little mental thing on your opponent saying,
what shot did he just win off that on, Luke?
Yeah.
What was it?
He's had about 100 of those, hasn't he? Probably 6. 100's close to it.
Another backhand volley reverse boast.
Well, here we go. I know we've probably got about 1,000 viewers right now, maybe more, Josh. But I'm sure everyone's like sitting on the edge of their seats like me. But that's probably because I just peed.
Yes, let.
Is that a let? Obviously, it's a let. Yeah.
3-4 from the right.
And just as we're in the 5th game here, the other quarter's just started, so we'll give you a score update on that later on. But that's also an exciting match. That will actually be a good match over there.
Didn't use the mic anyway.
And we have Josh is putting a bit of protein in his 4-all in his belly there. Andrew, just saying hello. No, we're all good. Josh trying to give us a score update. Do you think we'll ever get this kind of doubles? That didn't make it. It made it. Do you think we'll ever get this kind of doubles in? Oh, Stady was left hanging. He was probably waiting for Garno to get there, wasn't he?
Well, he went.
Well, Garno didn't move. Garno didn't move. No communication there.
Yeah, but to be fair, Stady's little
from the right
side corkscrew didn't quite make the depth or the height that it needed to.
Pretty horrendous, wasn't it?
Yeah, Imran just stepped in, played the easy cross court through to the back of the court.
So, do you think we'll ever get one of these courts in Australia?
Look, I mean, to be fair,
side out,
so North America's shown that this works and worked quite well. I wouldn't mind betting that at some point in the next couple of years, somebody will decide to make a full US North American hardball doubles court.
Do you think
it is? The thing is, I don't know about you, Luke, but when I watched this version of the hardball doubles game,
it's better than singles doubles?
I think it's more exciting than the softball version of the game.
Doubles.
Softball doubles. I have to clarify. Softball doubles. Yeah, definitely.
I don't agree with Josh too much, but I do agree. I think I've always said that, like, in the Commonwealth Games, which unfortunately we're not in the Olympics yet, but squash should be singles and then hardball doubles. I just think it's always something going on. I do maybe think, and Graham Bassett may say something different, but we could go to 11. I think 11 makes it more exciting. I think 15 is just a little bit too long because right now we're waiting at 6-5. Nothing exciting is going to happen really until 15, until like 10-all.
And the thing is, the stronger that these guys get, and the more competitive it gets, the longer these matches will go as well. And so then the more that the viewers will start to actually look at this and say, okay, this might be going a little bit too long.
Yeah. sorry, we just had one of the members asking about what website this is streamed on. And again, shout out to Aussie Legends and shout out to SDA. But it's SDA website has this all live streaming free as well. So
guys, we're sitting here at 6-all in the 5th game, tied at 2 games apiece.
And a fist pump again there by Imran, wasn't it?
I mean, this is getting down to the crux of it. We got 2 great teams going head to head. Stait and Garno taking the first 2 games to love, and then Khan and Sharpe coming back, leveling it up at 2 games apiece.
And taking a 1-point lead now.
And then all of a sudden we're looking at a 7-6.
That's only a let, isn't it? That's only a let.
Tilt either way.
That's got to be a let because it was on.
Yeah, Statey trying to get his racket around. It is going to be a let.
He was trying to do a sneaky, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it wasn't on. It wasn't on the striker of the ball, so we're going to see a let there.
Second one, yeah, Joseph.
You're talking about the mental side of it. You also wouldn't be happy being in Statey and Garno situation, being up 2 love.
You wouldn't, but don't you find a lot of the time that when somebody's down 2 love, don't you typically find that it's the person that gets out to that 2-0 standing that ends up going on to win the match? I know it does happen, obviously, when someone goes down 2 love and they find a way back in to win, but I would say more often than not, it's the person that that actually heads out 2-0, finds himself back at 2-all,
and then they end up getting they end up just resetting again.
They find a way to actually reset, get back out, and end up winning it, in that 5th.
Well, we'll see what's going. I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, like, they've obviously settled themselves now in this one, but however,
it's the same thing. At that 5th game, they've each done probably, for these 2 teams, they've probably done a similar amount of work. Confidence levels are probably pretty similar. They know what they do.
They know what the court's doing.
They both know they can beat each other.
Yeah.
It's who can execute better at this point in the game.
Well, this is where you see the pressure a bit, isn't it, as well? Like, and you would hope like Garno's going to be solid there. That's why like you'll choose him as a partner because he's just going to put that cross court back in, isn't it? And we know Dane and Imran are both, you'd say shooters. They both got that great touch.
Yep.
I thought he was going to slot that in, but it's one of those, like, you have opportunities like Imran's had twice in a row there. Like, do you take it or do you just, like, play a safety shot? That got him.
Sved Garno, catching the frame of his racket, and putting in the boast there. It wasn't intentional, but, I mean, either way, it scores the point. We're looking at 7-all now, so...
Right.
Tell you what, this is shaping up to be one of those games that's really going to be coming down close to the wire. I mean, you really can't split them right now. We're talking 7-all, 2 games all in the 5th.
Ooh, bit of trouble here.
Statey putting in the backhand drop.
Because he was in the middle.
And finding that side wall.
Would you agree that we saw that a few times today on both sides? I mean, you can't get the cross court wide enough.
Dane not quite finding the ball into the back of the court deep enough. Just putting it on his racket, exposing his partner in the front.
Oh, it's tight. Who's your money on now still? Are you still going to stick with us? Oh.
I was just about to say, I've got to stick with Stait and Garno. I mean, they're the top pairing for a reason, right? I mean, these guys have won an event before. They've played together more than Sharpe and Khan have played together. I think especially when it comes... Oh, that's going to be...
let.
That's a let.
Yeah.
It could be no let, but...
But the thing is, at this point in the match, this is where you really have to trust your partner. You have to have been here and done it before, and I think these guys have done it. So I'm going to stick with Stait and Garno.
That was a let, yeah, but Imran's opened the door here. Bit of controversy, maybe he broke his strings. I think he just broke his strings, didn't he?
He did.
9-7.
Quick
a little bit of a chit chat, a little bit of a tactics. Here we go. This is the business end, but this is where I was saying where I think to 11 it may make it a bit more exciting, don't you reckon, Josh?
I think so. I think, look, as this sport continues to move forward and gains the attraction that it deserves, you might start to look at a couple of different rule changes that, that does make it a little bit more aggressive. makes the game go a tiny bit quicker, but also makes it more on the attacking side of things rather than keeping the ball in play and looking for longer matches.
No, I agree. I mean, I know they have at 14 all. It's sudden death, which is exciting. I agree with sudden death, but I just think like to 15, you don't see as much happening until 8 all. Whereas if it's to 11, you're going to see things happening at 4 all.
So just as we're sitting at 9-7 in this game, we've got a little score update on the other court for the other men's professional doubles quarterfinal for qualifying. So Mark Price, Dave Rosen, and Carl Baglio and Carl Martino are currently sitting at 10-9 in that first game.
Looks like a good match over there now.
It does. Boys are sort of locked up in that first. It looks like they're hammering at it, going back and forth. Both teams look like they're doing a pretty good job working the ball through.
8-9.
Well, again, as I said before, Bagley's a lefty, which helps, and Price has got the hands. Kyle's a fast kid, young kid, with Bagley, and Dave Rosen, as we said, has won about 1,000 doubles titles. So it's a great match over there. But we are locked in here at 9 all now.
And there we go. We're sitting right there.
So we now have the most exciting match going on your screen right now, wherever you are in the world.
So this is probably the closest actually that it's been.
Well, you can see the scores.
The match well,
no, the first game didn't have like Fit and Statey and.
No, I mean.
They came back.
They came back, but they pushed forward pretty quickly, right? Whereas this is the first time that we've seen
9 all.
Left side. Like both teams going 1 point up, equalizing. 1 point up, equalizing. Yeah.
Left side, left side.
These guys have really got each other's nethers, and they're just trying to go out and just making it happen.
So now we're going to see. This is what I was talking about. This is going to be exciting now. We're going to see the next 5 points or so. We're going to probably about 8 points. What's going to happen here? This is when you want to stay confident. You want to have belief in yourself to put the ball in yourself. Like that, like Dane just did. But, Garno, solid again. You got to love that about him.
Statey putting in that again. That high backhand cross-court volley
9-10, right side.
He hasn't missed one, I don't think.
Right court.
What's that, number 7?
Right
Is that
court.
7 from 7 winners?
But that was at a crucial time, 9 all, to change the position there. So
and he's gone for it again. He's missed it though.
I mean, these.
But you can see he obviously realizes that's an area of the court that I want to exploit these guys. If they give me something that's a little bit shorter, a little bit looser, I'm going to try and put that in.
He's obviously got good hands, and again, I believe he got to top 30, maybe top 20 in the world, but he knows how to play the game, and definitely knows how to play the game in doubles. Good hands by Dane there.
Reactionary, keeping the ball alive.
Dane trying to keep the heat up, isn't he?
Ooh.
Well, he's the younger buck out there right now. And again, this is the crucial stage here. Hopefully, you don't want to be making that mistake for your teammate, do you? Yeah. Ooh, nice lob there by Statey. It's a good rally. It's a long rally. Statey off the back wall. This opportunity for Dane. He just smacks it.
Good get.
They're just playing like solid squash right now because they both don't want to make the mistake, do they?
That's the thing. Both teams feeling each other out, making sure that they're not putting anything too stupid into the front of the court and allowing the other team to really be aggressive.
See that? I never put things stupid in the front of the court, do I?
Again, commentator's curse.
Left side.
Silly.
Well, that was off the head, but it was off the feet.
Well, he was trying to go for it though, wasn't he? He wasn't just keeping it alive. He was just trying to put it all in.
Would you agree that I never put anything stupid short? Nah, fair enough. Nah, I never go for Nick. Rely on my movement. That's only a let, isn't it?
Yes, let.
It is a let.
Probably could have hit that, to be fair.
10 all.
It is a let. He will get a let for it, and we're locked at 10 all in the 5th. Second round qualifying at the 2018 Maryland Club Open.
Oh, it's tight. Yeah, nice lift. See, they do a lot of cross courts, but they get it wide enough, don't they?
Getting in a nice little burst, Imran, working the drop. Wasn't bad. It's forcing him up. It's showing him that, hey, look, I'm going to continue to work you into the front of the court and have you moving up. All right, so at least then what he's doing is he's saying, hey, Statey, you can't sit back.
Right.
Oh, nice shot.
Did he get the angle?
Great shot.
Side out. 11-10.
Oh, he got a low. I didn't
Ball's
see
good.
that. Can we get a score update there, Josh? We know that that was the first game over with Pricey and the other team there. $11-10. It's still anyone's money here. It was 15. We're going to say it was 15-12 because we didn't get the full update. We're going to say it's 15-12 to Bagley and Martino. Again, that's going to be an exciting match over there, but unfortunately you can't view it. But you probably want to listen to us more anyway. Ooh, that's only going to be let. It's a cross court.
Yeah, it's going to be a let decision.
11-10 right side.
So again, sitting at 11-10, fifth game. Stait and Garno currently just very slightly edging it out in the driver's seat.
It could be a stroke, but I think it's a let, but it could be a stroke.
It will. I think it will be a let, yeah, and it is.
So.
It's given a let.
11-10.
Imran stepping across with his racket ready, looking for it. It was a little bit loose, but the referee's feeling that he could have probably stepped in and played that ball. And I think you and I probably have the same feeling. Oh, Dane trying to cut that ball in.
That's just not what you want, is it?
Ball's a little bit too quick, just going through.
But the ball's too low.
A little bit too quick.
Yeah, but the ball's too low to play that. He probably should have just hit a deep shot. Garno just putting it deep again.
Just being steady. That's what he's there for, right? And again,
Imran.
Another mistake from Imran.
Here
so
we
we're looking
go.
at 13-10. Lukey, my prediction.
I think Josh may be right here. I'd hate to say it, but and we have Rosen and Pricey walking around like pretty
and
frustrated.
Another mistake that leads them to 14-10.
Martino, they're like talking to each other like, yeah, it's okay, we've got
Dane
this.
Sharpe again trying to work the ball in just a little bit too early, finds the tin, and we're looking at 14-10 match ball to Garno and Stait.
Stait, you say Slate or State? So whatever he said.
So
but this is match ball here right now.
And there it is.
It's
Garno slotting it. Cross-court nick.
Oh.
How many balls did you see like that over the course of the match?
Absolutely none.
It's like, oh, did you see that? You went for a little high five.
And no one said it. No one gave him a high five back.
But Ed Garno just putting a stamp on a fairly decent performance. I mean, they went up 2-love, went back to 2-all, but boys stayed confident. And to be honest, at the tight stages of the match, what did they do?
They kept it like they were solid. They stayed in front. They got the ball to the back.
They didn't make mistakes. Kept the ball alive, and they made sure they worked.
All right. good. All right, well, welcome back here to the last round of qualifying here, Josh. We're both going to go to a few refreshments. I just got you some pecan.
Yeah, thanks for that, Lukey. Considering I'm anaphylactic to walnuts and pecans.
I just wanted to test out your durability.
Yeah,
Obviously.
Appreciate it, mate.
Can't you eat that, the creme brulee?
I can, but you got to realize that it was all on the same plate. It was all produced in the same place.
But it's not
can't do
in it's in a separate container.
Why are you trying to feed me death? I don't get it. We're partners.
We did lose that.
You should be looking out for my well-being here.
I know. But anyway, so on another note, so the two players hitting the ball right now is Taylor Tutrone on the left side in the black shirt and Wade Johnson with the who's a fellow Aussie. In saying that, we dislike them, I would say.
Well, we unfortunately exited the tournament to them earlier today, losing out a what was, I guess, somewhat of a quick 3-love to Wade.
Two of the games were
Taylor.
close. One game was definitely not good. We definitely were absolutely struggling.
A little ST ruggling.
It was 15-4, but overall, the other two games were 12 and 13, I think.
It was, yeah. It was. I mean, the other games were fairly competitive. I think we had leads in both. We
did have leads in both.
Just couldn't figure out a way to put it away.
To get across the line. But so Taylor in the left in the black shirt, he went to Princeton, I believe. He was a good singles player. Definitely, I'm not sure about his other ability, but he definitely was pretty decent because he beat us because we're pretty bloody good. And his teammate is Wade Johnson from Australia, who I think he got to
nice.
top 50.
And out.
Nice tight ball
One
through
love.
the back left corner.
Good early on.
Really pushing Sean Johnstone up to the right in nice and tight.
On the tight left wall there. And in the light blue shirt, we have on the left wall we have Sean Johnson from he's from Zimbabwe, and Jacques Swanepoel, who we'll refer to as Sharks going forward. They both went to Trinity, I believe. And it should be an interesting match here because obviously the seeded team is
2-1.
Jacques and Sean. So who's your money on here, Joshua? I know you've given away one of your private jets. Actually, did you win that private jet?
I did.
You kept that private jet?
Yeah, I took that from you, didn't I?
Maybe.
So
what about
you giving me something in return
what
apart
about
from death on a plate?
Maybe death on a plate. But what about one of your yachts? Are you going to give one of those today right now? Who's your money on?
Well, I mean, you keep talking about what I'm giving up, but what are you really giving up here, Luke?
I don't have
where does your money sit on this?
I don't have too much of a. I'm going to say Johnson and Swanepoel. Okay. But in saying that, Taylor and Johnson come out early, and they did beat us on this court, which means they are used to this court.
They did. I mean, from what we saw earlier, I mean, obviously we were on court with Taylor Tutrone and Wade Johnstone, so we got to experience what they were doing on court. And we saw, there were a couple of holes in their game. And there are a few things that the other boys could probably potentially exploit.
Yep.
But at the same time, we watched a little bit of Sean Johnstone and Jacques Swanepoel as well. And at times they seemed a little lackadaisical, sort of just going through motions, not necessarily pressing up and trying to push the pace too much.
Well, look at that. That shows you there, Wade, his experience up there on the tee there.
Beautiful little volley drop, pushing right up high into the court, taking that ball in, getting him to 5-4. So we're still nice and early on here in the first game. Boys coming out again, same thing as what we were talking about in the last match. Boys testing each other, checking the movements,
checking to see, hey, you guys here to play, or are you guys here to just have dinner?
A little bit of confidence coming in here.
Alex,
I mean, I don't think this is a walk in the park for Swanepoel and
6-5.
No, I mean, definitely not. Look, they're going to have to play well to win this, but I mean, they are the higher rated team. They are the team that is supposed to go through and win this, but I think it's probably going to be a little bit closer to Jacques.
And Jacques
snapping that racket through slotting that Nick.
So, do you know where Jacques is based?
So Jacques is actually he's the head coach at Columbia University, who obviously had an incredibly successful season last year.
Yep.
The most successful in their men's program for sure.
Where do they finish? Fourth?
Did they? I think. Did they finish third or fourth? I'm not entirely sure, but they won the Ivy League championship for the first time in their program history, which was phenomenal. And they've really been making great strides in constantly looking to sort of push their program forward
and recruit a lot of international kids.
Correct. And then Jacques is obviously he's the head pro there. He's the head coach. It's his thing, and I think he's done a phenomenal job at sort of turning that program into being a real force.
Yep. And which is obviously great news for the sport. I believe Sean Johnston's in is it Long Island and he's coached a couple of the kids we've coached before, which is the Merrills and the Braffs. What happened there?
Look at this. Sean just giving Taylor a little hello, mate.
Taylor saying hello, just stay there, mate.
It's like, just next time this happens, just make sure you probably want to move out of the way a little bit further. But it wasn't
keeping him
honest. Too hard. It was just a little bit of a love tap.
Yeah, that was. It's a casual. Did Jacques just slot that?
He did. He's put another one in.
No, I think he hit a 10. No, he slotted it. He slotted it. He just said, "Yep, thanks for coming."
Jacques finding his range nice and early.
That's just that's just cross court.
9-6.
And again, I think Sean's in Long Island there. He coaches. He's got a successful program. He coaches a lot of the kids that we've coached before. So he's obviously doing great. And then again, Taylor Tutrone went to Princeton. I don't know what number he played in Princeton, but we'll say top 5, 6.
And initially being from where?
He's a Baltimore local.
He is.
And then his teammate, Wade Johnstone, Australian, which is obviously the greatest country in the world. But Wade lives here. He just had a kid, which I'm sure he named Luke Josh Johnson. But I'm not sure. I know it's a boy, so it could be
11-6, right side.
Either way, I'm sure it's got one of those.
We know that he has pretty strong feelings about us.
I'm pretty sure he does. But Wade has lived there for a few years now, I believe. For 10 years.
Yeah, he's been here for quite a long time.
And he's like a local hero. Got to probably top
11-7 left.
Maybe around there. He was a very good singles player. We've known him from Australia. But yes, it's going to be an exciting match. We'll see what happens here. Again, we do believe that Jacques and Sean will win this. But the locals, we'll call them, have stood up pretty well, and they shouldn't have beaten us. I think they got lucky to beat us.
Oh, Jacques just slotting that cross-court Nick again.
I mean, Jacques, he's not going to stay around.
But that's 3. He's that ball gets put on his racket. He's just put that ball away I think 3 times in a row.
Jacques is really keen for a drink, isn't he?
Just 3 for 3. Just like, he's just no nonsense right now.
I mean, what's the Salminga's no nonsense, isn't it? But he's just like, I just want a drink. Just give me that drink right now. Sean's tried to do the same thing. He's hit the 10.
He tried to go for it again. 3 for 4, 75%.
Taylor, right side.
Not bad, but you go down to the well too many times, it's going to happen, isn't it? 12-9. It's still close, but you're going to have to put one of your jets on there, Carwell, and say that Jacques and Sean will win this. And they're probably really using the connection of Zimbabwe and South Africa to hone in on their skills. What happened there was a
nice little volley.
Wado had no idea what was going on there.
He didn't. He thought the ball was going straight right down that deep corner and just nut. Jacques turned his wrist, put that ball in the front
and volley drop, and thanks for coming. Jacques is showing why he is one of the better players going around, isn't he?
He is actually. Right now from what he's shown this first game, he is easily just sort of going out there and just saying, look, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to take control of this game.
Right.
14-10.
Making sure that the other guys aren't on there, giving him anything cheap. He's just, anytime that ball gets on his racket, he's like, yep.
And Sean Johnson did he walk off that court quickly? Watch his turn here. Watch his turn here.
Nice little
and
cut.
See you later. He looks at his opponent, teammate, and says, you know what? We've got this in the bag. Thanks for coming.
But similar to their first round, Lukey, I mean, they got through their first round pretty comfortably. They lost a game, but it was in pretty similar fashion. They went through the first game pretty easy, and then they seem to like take their foot off the pedal. I'm just hoping they don't do the same sort of thing here, because I know Wado and Taylor came out pretty strong at the start of this.
Yep.
Oh, there's another little replay of the little butt shot.
He says, I'm sorry, but he says it's all good, but Taylor's kind of like, that really hurt me. I'm going to feel that next day, but no, I'm choking. I agree. I think we saw the Doyles really take it to Jacques and Sean. They got a game with them in the third game, remember?
They did. I mean, what the Doyles were trying to do is, lift the ball, get the ball over their head, slow them down a little bit, and then really try and shoot when they were sort of sitting back a little bit further in the court. But you're not seeing that with Tutrone and Johnstone. What they're sort of doing is it's almost all reactionary squash right now. So the pairing of Johnstone and Swanepoel are really dictating what's happening, and pretty much on every rally. And it's basically being sort of won or lost off their racket at the moment.
Yep.
So I think they just need to sort of step up a little bit more, put a little bit more pressure on in the front of the court, work them a little bit deeper, and then look to take their opportunities at the front of the court when they can.
I think Wade's going to get involved a little bit more, and I think
second game, love all.
Again, as you said, they've got to lift it a bit more. They've got to get him out of their comfort zone.
Do you think that spells a few more errors though?
Maybe. Yeah. You got to force the pressure a bit more.
If Wado's feeling as though I need to take control of this and try and do a little bit more, do you think that means that he may hit a few more mistakes?
One love,
we just saw just then.
No, I agree. I think he's got to think I got to force the pressure a bit more.
Yeah.
What do you think about 2 points here? Sean Johnson with the socks.
The compression socks.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
What do you think? Do you like them or not?
Nah.
No,
but
not
what do you think about Wade's? He's wearing the full length longs.
I mean, more than anything, as you know, being a professional athlete that you are.
Yeah. Eating all these desserts right in front of me.
There you go.
There you go.
The thing is, if it makes you feel comfortable, and if it makes you feel confident, and if it makes you feel as though you can do better, why not? What's wrong with it?
Why not?
Whether it does anything or not, so long as it gives you
so
the effect of believing that you're able to do more.
So you're talking about the mental side of it then?
Yeah, I think for a lot. Look, I think compression wear has shown in studies that it does benefits, but to be honest, for a lot of people, it's probably not going to be too big.
Placebo effect.
Yeah, for the most part, it's basically just going to be all on your mental ability to sort of look at it and say, oh, is this helping me? And if it makes you feel better, brilliant. That's great. Why should we sit here and say, why is he wearing those compression socks?
Right, I agree, but on a fashion side of it,
what do you think?
As you can see there,
what do you think on the fashion side of things?
And out
Sean
1, 2.
That just shows you why you don't wear it.
So that was compression socks problem.
Totally.
Yeah. No, I get that. Completely hindered his swing. Oh, Taylor Tutrone. That was great little flick backhand. Completely disjointed the wrist on that.
He snapped his wrist in half right there.
He did.
But Sean gave it a little love tap, clicked it and said, yep, well done, mate.
Yep.
And, yep, Jacques. I mean, who do you think,
thank you.
Numbering out people right now, but who do you think is the best player on the court right now?
Tyler, right side, 2-3.
On the
right
court right now. Well, I mean, the
side.
person that's shown the most promise, the person that's put the ball away the most would be Jacques. Right?
And
anytime the ball is sort of a little bit loose.
Another beer right now, just walking past us, pretending like he doesn't see us.
A little bit
one
loose,
of the greatest players ever.
A little bit short. Jacques has shown that, hey, look, if you're going to put it here, I'm going to put it away. He's sort of asserting his authority. Everyone else is sort of just going through the motions, but he's really the guy that sort of come out nice and early and sort of said, this is what I'm going to do.
This is how it's done.
Taylor Tutrone, however, I mean, started to
3
show
all.
promises here.
He didn't really do that to us, did he?
He didn't. I mean, look, to be honest, if we're talking about it now, high backhand on that, he was kind of struggling quite a bit, wasn't it?
Well, maybe I was putting the ball up high enough.
it was a point that we were trying to exploit.
We were trying to, but maybe I was doing it well enough then.
But that's the thing, like, if he starts to feel comfortable and he's taking the ball in the spot that he likes, he's obviously showing that he can do some pretty good things with it.
Yeah, I mean, again, to play at Princeton, it doesn't mean you're talking about singles, ladies and gentlemen, but to play at Princeton means you clearly can play the game of squash, can't you?
Definitely.
But I mean, they're pretty locked in here in the second game. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
Oh, nice.
Again, we just saw Jacques show his skills.
Being aggressive. But look where he's taking that ball. He's like 3-4 feet out in front of that short line. Anything short and loose, he's going to be trying to put it away.
Can we get a score update, Josh, on the second match there?
Sure, Luke. Let me just pull my phone out and I'll have a look for you. Way to put me on the spot, mate. All right, let's have a look.
But again, like this second game, early doors, Wade's struggling to move a bit there, but he's hanging in there again. These are the local boys. It'd be good to see the local boys,
5-all.
Sneak a scalp.
So it's a 3-love win to Gal Baglio and Carl Martino with a 15-12, 15-9, 15-11 win over Mark Price and Dave Rosen.
Wow, Pricey and Dave Rosen.
So Baglio and Martino moving through into
the main draw.
The main draw of the 2018 Maryland Club Open.
Well, we were hoping to move into the main draw.
I mean, that's always the idea when you enter in a tournament, isn't it?
Well, we should have been playing tonight, but again, you can see why Johnstone, Johnstone and, to be honest, there's two Johnstones.
There are two Johnstones.
But the locals, we're going to call them, the reason why they got through. And again, just
nice little volley drop there from Wado, just pushing up nice and early, taking that ball out in front of himself.
I know we're making excuses, but we don't really live
playing
in the
a
heart
little bit of defense now.
Of doubles courts.
Pushing
Get
Taylor,
it, Taylor
back,
no
not
chance.
quite finding a way around the ball.
A little bit of a hello boys on his buttocks
Handout,
there. There it is again.
7-6.
Hello boys. Yes, and all you ladies and gentlemen. There's a bit of a crowd watching here because the first match is finished. JR trying to point out people. Him and Pricey giving a little bit of a love hug there. That's cute. And Johnson. Sean.
8-6.
That is incredible.
Nice little drop from the back of the court. Catching the sidewall. It wasn't, you wouldn't say that's perfect, is it?
But the sidewall takes, as we know, JC, the sidewall takes the pace off it, doesn't it?
Does a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's not quite the shot that I probably think he was exactly going for.
No, but it worked, didn't it?
But that's the thing. Caught him out.
But, again, we're trying to see Taylor step in. He's using his, hey, I'm young. And I'm going to step up here. JR just saying hello, boys, again. JR just giving us a little bit of hello, boys.
Just saw a little bit of bum crack from JR.
Sean on the right side, 8-7.
Coming over, just reminding everyone of why he is who he is.
Who he is. And
saying, hey, guys.
We appreciate that of JR. I mean, we often don't see that.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, JR. But we're just
Yes,
going to see let there. But
8-7.
Yeah. Just so you know, again, JR is one of the greatest doubles players going around. But in saying that, we just saw a side of him that probably you don't want to see. Ooh, nice little bow set. Oh,
nice
great movement by Taylor. Yeah, I agree. Well. He got up there early, didn't he? Ooh, nice little lift there. I mean, you'd have to say, would you agree that Wade doesn't get exposed? I mean, we weren't trying to expose him that much, were we, in our game?
Not as much.
9-7.
The thing is, obviously, Wade's a little bit older than Taylor is as well. So the boys are probably going to be thinking, hey, look, if
we put him short,
if we can move Wade a little bit more, he's going to start to get a little bit more tired than Taylor does.
That's a let.
But the thing is also, Wade shows
9-7 left.
He doesn't really have any true weaknesses, throughout any part of the court.
I mean, all Aussies don't have any weakness, do they?
So you continue to say.
But
what are we giving that, Lukey? Is that a let?
Yeah, it's a
9-7 left.
That's
left side.
We've
left.
seen Taylor move.
We'd give it that
first hand.
Yep.
We've seen Taylor
move. A little bit too far away.
But
a little bit of impeded movement.
I agree. I mean, I think Wado is very solid, as I saw, because I was on his side today. Sorry. And,
didn't ask for left.
He was very solid.
10-7.
If we didn't get it high enough or wide enough, he just put it in, didn't he?
But to be fair, while we were playing, I mean, Wade didn't really get to strike too much of the ball today.
Because we didn't.
10-7, right side.
Yeah, we weren't trying to play too much.
We were trying to put Taylor's backhand, high and wide, and where we got a little bit of errors out. We got a success. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we lost, but we did get leads in the second and the third.
Sharpe,
I think 11-7.
Nice and sort of like the medium sort of drive down the wall off the volley. Just
how'd you know?
Managed to get that ball really, really tight at the point where Wade was winning.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is going to be an interesting time now. That's not what you want, because like at 11-7.
Again, would you disagree with me in saying that
12-7
is looking like he's the strongest player on court?
Well, that's what I said to you earlier. I was giving you the opinion. I thought that, but I think he's the one that's like
really making his presence known.
You know what I like? It's more of a laxy-daisy, and he's probably intense out there, but he just moves the ball around well, you know?
Yeah.
He's got a natural ability. That's a Stait. Probably should have taken his backhand.
Basic let.
Playing a let 12-7.
But I agree. I think Jacques has the ability to put the ball in early, doesn't he? Were you telling me that as a singles player he used to just crank the ball hard?
He did. And that was, I mean, typically what he used
13-7.
to do. It was all pace. You know, not as much finesse, but it was, it was predominantly high-level pace. But Jacques really showing great range of the ability to be able to strike the ball and and attack and be aggressive. As we just saw just then, he's trying to cut the ball in, cross drop.
He can put the ball in, but I mean, he just was lazy.
Trying to work
and out. 13-7
up again. They're feeling comfortable, so he's like, yeah, why not?
He's just going to try it. And Taylor, that was a bit of a lazy.
8-14
so
game ball.
We've got game ball for Johnstone, Swanepoel, looking ahead. 2 games to love up.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can see why they were the seeded players to win this. They're a little bit more solid. I think, again, Wade hasn't really been that much into the match, but I think Wade has to try to express himself a little bit more because we both know he's got the shots.
Yeah.
But he couldn't get up to that ball.
15-8.
There it is again. So Jacques just sort of stepping up, taking that ball in front of the short line, playing a nice little volley, cross-court, reverse angle, finding the winning shot, putting Johnstone, Swanepoel up 2 games to love, 15-10, 15-8, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the 3rd game here.
Welcome back, guys. Sitting at 2 games to love, 15-10, 15-8 to Johnstone and Swanepoel. Leading in front of Taylor Tutrone, Wade Johnston. What are your impressions on the first 2 games, Lukey? What do you reckon?
Again, I think you picked it like, Jacques has just got the ability to put the ball away, doesn't he? Anything that's half loose.
He is. That's the thing. Anything that's sitting out in front of me, he's really just picking them off. That's the thing. I don't think they're really managing to find deep enough length.
They're not getting it high enough, are they? Taylor's not getting it high enough.
No, and Jacques just he looks comfortable as well. He's made one mistake out of probably 6, 7, 8 shots that are going into the front of the court.
Yeah.
He looks too comfortable out there, and that's the thing. You got to try and make things a little bit more chaotic for him. Like, don't give him time. Don't give him the ability to swing where he wants it.
Yeah. That's an opportunity for Wade right there. There's things like these two, would you call them South Africans? I know one of them's from Zimbabwe. But we can say they both played in the same kind of like area.
Yep.
That's
I mean, obviously very familiar with one another, played together.
They played in Trinity together though, or not?
No, very close.
Yep. We have the commish giving us another drink. We appreciate that. I mean, we need to stay hydrated, and we just got some good news that there was added with a little bit of alcohol.
A little bit.
But, yeah, I mean, like, again, like Wade just putting out, and we were speaking about Wade that he probably has to step up a little bit, doesn't he?
Well, see, here's the thing, though. I mean, it's not the same situation as what we saw in the last match. You find yourself down in a 2-love hole, but you haven't necessarily been that competitive.
Oh,
you feel like you have to do something.
Yeah, you have to do something extra.
3
like
love.
You almost feel like you have to do too much, right?
Yeah.
And in a lot of times, that doesn't necessarily work out well for you.
Nah.
You end up finding that you end up opening the court up a little bit too much. You might make a mistake. Oh, lovely little backhand drop from Taylor Tutrone.
That shows you why, like, he went to Princeton, yeah? That drop shot right there?
Oh, that shows you why he went to Princeton. Oh, okay.
If it was just in one shot, I would have went to, like, Harvard or Trinity just right off the bat.
Oh, and again, Tutrone.
And the crowd.
And the crowd. You can hear them in the background working through it.
You can hear that now.
Pushing them back to 2-3, but cutting that forehand drop into that front left corner.
I mean, it would be good for the crowd.
I'm hoping for the crowd's sake that the boys get going, because the local crowd, they want it.
I mean,
they want to see Taylor Tutrone.
Again, as I said before, there's about
up.
like 1,000 people watching live, not on the streaming. I know there's
more. I mean, we're talking thousands, right?
And I know there's probably about 25,000 people watching, but
since you've been putting out all your hashtags, for sure, we're getting more.
I know,
I'm
sure we're getting more, but
in.
like, we know that, like, you know, it'd be good to see the locals get into it. I mean, let's be fair now, we probably know deep down they may not win. I'm not saying they won't win.
Well, they're in a hole right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're out of it. I mean, we're showing.
Jacques just hit a mistake.
We've just pulled it back to 3-3. The crowd gets into it. All of a sudden, they're in their head.
We have to get, like, people have to quiet them down.
So there's a fifth player on the court right now, right?
Oh, and then Taylor does that.
3-4.
All right.
That's a bit silly, isn't it? He's been a silly Billy, isn't he?
He just put me out of it.
And I know people are, you know, right now their Thursday night football has started, but this is totally more exciting. That's a great drive. Taylor, what a shot. He's getting into it, isn't he, Taylor?
He is. He's trying to put a little bit more effort on every shot.
Oh.
Making sure he's not leaving himself exposed.
Wait, what happened there? Did Sean just hit the 10?
Hand out 5-3.
Yeah.
No. Ball's good.
I thought he was being laxy-daisy on that one. Yeah, he's got to get a little bit deeper there, Sean. You know what I found? I find Sean's just solid. He doesn't do anything special, does he? What do you think?
It's interesting. At this point, like...
He doesn't need to do much, does he?
No, that's the thing.
He just needs to give the ball in play.
That's the thing. I mean, they're in the driver's seat, right? They're 2-love up. They're 5-3 up. All they got to do is just continue to keep playing. Just do what they've been doing. I mean, you let you let Jacques work his hands.
6-3 left side.
Create opportunities.
You know how he did that? I was like, I reckon I could do that, but I didn't do it.
I mean, for Sean on the left wall, all he really wants to be doing is he wants to keep the pace on the ball, work Taylor as much as he can, keep that ball live,
and then throw that old short ball in.
And then as soon as that loose ball gets to Jacques wants to work his hands. Really go for something, because he's proved that he's obviously feeling pretty confident, and he's hit a ton of winners throughout the course of this match, putting a lot of pressure on.
But, so just keep in mind, like, they were up 3-2, weren't they? The locals? Nah, maybe 3-all.
No, it was 3-all.
Yeah, 7-3, yeah.
They scraped it back to 3-all. But again, Johnstone, Swanepoel pushed out, 7-3. and again, not doing anything too crazy, just working the rallies. As soon as they get a good opening, you're really trying to create something, put pressure on.
Yep. You know what I find is they're not even worried about what Taylor does with the ball or what Wade does with the ball. They're just
But you look at the body language as well. I mean,
that's what I mean.
They look so confident. They look very comfortable. Even when they're losing rallies, they look very confident, very comfortable with what they're doing out there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we were able to expose
8-3
that kind
left.
of pressure on the. Maybe we should have gone for more.
And that's the thing. For Tutrone and Johnstone right now, if there any chance of getting back into this match, they need to exert that pressure. That
was good from Taylor.
They
right
need
there.
to put it on them. They need to make them feel as though they're in
right
this.
side.
They need to put a bit of pressure on. They need to get mistakes from Johnson and Swanepoel.
That's exactly right.
But I know it's not far from the Rugby Union World Cup, which I believe is next year. Again, I've been wrong once before, but I think it's next year. So they obviously work well together, these two. Trinity alum and from the same region. So,
Or are you saying they should be playing in the
9-4
Rugby World
left.
Cup?
maybe.
What's the inference here?
Maybe they just used it on the calling of the rugby, that they use their they call. I mean, we try to use the Australian rugby together, but it didn't work, did it? Today.
Right. not quite sure where you're going with that one.
Oh,
mate,
that was
but-
horrendous from Wade. Did you see that volley drop?
But as I said
Right side,
earlier, obviously
10-4.
these two boys, they know each other very well. They're very close. They enjoy playing with one another.
Yeah.
They're very aware of what each other can do.
11-4.
Just absolutely having no remorse there, just cutting that ball into that
11-4.
front right corner.
So if you were Sean sorry, let me say that again. If you were Wade and Taylor, what would you be thinking right now?
So this thing, down 11-4, down 2 games to love, you know that you're at a point where basically you haven't got much to lose now, right?
That's a let.
So what do? You start to push
stroke.
forward. You start to try and mount pressure.
Yeah, you
12-4.
try to
Right.
pick it up a bit.
You're down so heavy, you're down so far that you need to actually start
They gave that a
changing what
stroke.
you've been doing.
Right side.
Yeah.
13-4.
Something needs to change in order to flip this match. Because we're looking at a 15-10, 15-8 score. They really haven't been in this.
It's pretty much over, isn't it? If you were a betting man, Josh, and I know you lost one of your private jets earlier on, would
I
you
won
say?
my pro. I haven't done anything to lose. I didn't lose anything.
I swear you did.
No.
But
And out.
would you say it's over
5-13.
at 5-13?
I mean, out on the back wall right
5-13.
now, there is a fat lady just crying.
She's ready. She's
She's
loosening up her
just putting it all out there right now. This is over. I mean, all I'm hoping is that something really good comes off of these next couple of points, because we just want to see something fun.
Oh. We
And
have match
here it
ball,
is.
ladies and gentlemen.
5-14 match ball.
14-15
This could be
match
the
ball.
last
Johnstone
point
Swanepoel.
of the Thursday 2018 Maryland Club Open.
Second serve.
Oh, and Jacques is like, I don't want that. Do it again. Oh, Wade was showing his frame. I mean, the frame is usable.
Taylor Tutrone
15-5
putting the ball into the 10
games
for
at
the
match.
match.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There it is. Pretty
That's
quick
it for
match,
Thursday.
guys.
good
Very
work.
simple, very short match.
I think
but-
we could have done better than them. What do you reckon?
Well, I mean, the thing is, Johnstone and Swanepoel, they really stepped up and exposed them. Didn't really give them a chance to feel comfortable. Worked the ball into the right areas of the court, and constantly were looking to apply pressure.
Yeah.
That was a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that was short and loose, you look, just there. As we saw in that replay,
Slotted.
Jacques just working that ball into that front left corner. Anytime the ball was a little bit short and loose, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to put this away.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's Thursday done. We're finished with the last round of qualifying. See you in a moment.